Johnny Dollar.
Come on back, Johnny.
What?
I said come on back here is all.
Well, why not? Only where and who's that?
The where is here in Corpus Christi, and this is Jack Price.
Jackson. Haven't you had enough of me lately?
Sure we have, but that's beside the point.
Now, wait a minute, Jack.
Well?
Don't tell me you and Doug Johnstone have finally found that old Spanish treasure we were all looking for last week.
No, thanks. And I thought we made it plain we've had our fill of that caper. But seriously, Johnny.
Yeah.
What happened to us out there on Padre Island kind of proves a point, doesn't it?
That in this world of ours, you simply don't get something for nothing?
Right. And sometimes when you try to, you may lose everything. Like young Jose Pineda lost his life.
Yeah. Jackson, from here on, I'm perfectly willing to work for what I need and want. Now that we've got the lecture on philosophy over and done with...
How'd you like to take on another case down here?
Why not? As long as you're willing to pay the old expense account.
Well, of course.
Without questions or checking it over too carefully.
Oh, hold it.
Plus, of course, a nice big fat extra fee.
Hello, operator.
Operator?
Must be a wrong connection. The man I was talking to was that fine, generous, self-sacrificing, do-it-for-nothing gentleman by the name of Johnny Dollar.
Do it for nothing?
Okay, that do-nothing gentleman.
That's more like it.
Seriously, Johnny.
Yes, seriously.
Come on down here, will you? Right away.
What's up?
The makings of an international incident, maybe.
Oh, you better call in the U.S. Marines.
Be serious, will you?
Oh, who's kidding?
I'm afraid one of my clients is mixed up in the narcotics racket. And you know what that could mean.
That he's not long for this world.
That's right. Unless you can straighten things out for him.
Narcotics, huh? It sounds like a big order.
Don't kid yourself, Johnny. It is. And it could be kind of dangerous. Well?
You know something, Jackson?
Yeah?
When somebody calls me in on a case that's supposed to be a lead pipe cinch, I always nearly get my head shot off, like last week.
Yeah?
So maybe this one that looks kind of big and dangerous, well, who knows? Maybe this will turn out to be a lead pipe cinch.
Well, don't bank on it.
Oh, I won't. But why not give it a try? I'll grab a plane that'll get me down there first thing tomorrow morning.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Tri-Western Life Insurance Company Corpus Christi office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the wrong doctor matter. Expense account item 1, shortly after midnight, $132.21. That's for a taxi out to Bradley Field and a plane ticket to Corpus Christi, Texas. As promised, I arrived early in the morning. Too early for Jack Price's office to be open, and there was no sign of him around the airport. So item 2 is $3 for a cab to the Robert Driscoll, where I grabbed some breakfast. That's item 3, $1.30. Then went up to my room, unpacked my bag, showered, shaved. Johnny Dollar.
Jack Price, Johnny. I thought you might have signed in there at the hotel.
Well, after all, Jackson, if you weren't up early enough to meet me at the airport...
Oh, I've been up all right and down at the office. Now, this thing is even harder than I thought it would be.
Oh?
Yeah, you see, this client, his name is Julio Olvera.
Sounds Mexican.
He is.
Now, go on.
Julio worked the shrimp boats, down the Mexican coast, and they dump their catch off here.
Yeah, so?
Well, one of them started hauling narcotics up here, heroin. Much easier than smuggling it across the border on land. Now, Julio happened to be on board, so the judge gave him 3 years in the clink. But now he's out again.
And back in the dope racket?
Not if he can help it, Johnny. I'm sure of it.
Not if he can help it?
Right. But I got a call from his girlfriend, Consuelo Diaz. Real nice little girl who used to work here in this office.
Uh-huh.
And according to her, well, anyhow, I promised her I'd send for you. Because, Johnny, what's happened is this.
I'm listening.
Only wait, I try to explain it over the phone.
That's right. You're only a few blocks away.
Right, so come on over here at the office. I'll give you the whole story.
Right.
Okay.
Now, let's see. I'd better take along the old 38 lemon squeezer. And I'm sure I put my hat somewhere. There we are. Now, off to the races, Johnny. Yes?
Room service.
Room service?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, you must have made some mistake.
There's no mistakes in your dollar.
Isn't the silencer on that thing just a bit corny in this day and age?
Back up so I can come in and close the door.
Well, sure, as long as you hold the gun and with that chambermaid coming down the hall.
I sit inside.
Never let it be said that Johnny Dollar isn't the perfect host.
Try and trick me, huh? You may be pretty big. Too big for you, senor.
Oh, my goodness. What's happened? What's happened here?
My friend, he hurt himself.
But I thought I heard a shot.
No, he fell. He fell against the door. He hurt himself very bad.
Oh, my goodness.
See, you go on downstairs. You get the doctor, eh?
Oh, yes, I surely will. I'll get the doctor right away.
Yes, pronto. And by the time the doctor he arrive here, Senor Dollar, you will be very dead.
I learned it a long time ago. When you're as outmatched as I was by this big Mexican gorilla, you play it smart if you want to stay alive. Which explains why I let that glancing blow of his send me to the floor with my knees pulled up against my belly. After the chambermaid left as he closed the door and leveled his gun at me.
And by the time the doctor he arrive here, Senor Dollar, you will be very dead.
I kicked out with all I had. The gun flew out of his hand across the floor, but he left it lay there and turned on me. He was big and he was tough, but that kick in the stomach had slowed him down a little. I caught him with a hard left that staggered him, but only for a second. He came back at me with a chair and everything else he could pick up and swing or throw at me. I tried to get inside of those long, powerful arms to work on his midsection and maybe open him up for a blow to the chin, but he just hung on.
I kill you.
He locked my arms to my sides, and grabbing his hands behind my back with his powerful arms, he started to squeeze.
I break you in two.
And a terrible pressure against my ribs and against my spine. I wondered how long before my bones would...
Hey, what's going on in there? Open up.
He's killing him.
Open up in there.
Break down the door. First I break you.
Open up.
Here, I've got a key.
A key? Well, give it to me. What's the matter with you?
Here you are.
That's too late. Looks like I got here too late.
You mean he's dead? Oh, I knew it. I knew something was wrong here.
And now, maybe... Let me see now.
That's why I got you instead of the doctor. You being the house detective and all. I just...
Wait a
knew
minute.
that-
Wait a minute. Where's the man who did this to him? You said it was a big fella?
Look, hiding there behind the door.
That's right, senor.
Oh!
Now, just take it easy, Johnny. The doctor says you got a rest. Take it easy.
Oh, hi, Jackson.
Yeah,
Oh, Jack.
that's right. Another little sip of this brandy the doctor ordered.
Yeah.
Lie still, you bum. Here, take a slug of this.
Oh, brother, what a reception committee you have in this town.
According to the chambermaid, she smelled trouble and brought the house stick up here. Well, it looks like your reception committee must have been Hernandez.
Hernandez?
Diego Hernandez. Only I'd met you out there at the airport. I didn't dream that Hernandez might find out about your coming here.
Who is he, Jack?
Well, you remember I mentioned Julio Olvera to you over the phone?
Oh, yeah, the one who was just out of the pen.
Yeah. Hernandez was skipper of that shrimp boat.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one who was running the heroin up here from somewhere in Mexico. As you know, that could mean from somewhere way to the south or from just barely across the border.
Yeah, I know.
But more important, Hernandez is the one who was never caught. He skipped across the border and disappeared.
I see.
But then Consuelo, that's young Julio's girl, and Johnny, she's the one who convinced me that Julio is on the up and up, keeping his nose clean. You got it all straight now, Johnny?
Yeah, I think so. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, she's the one who called me. She'd found out somehow that Diego Hernandez was here in town again. And that's when I called you in Hartford.
And you didn't tell the police?
Yeah, no, I should have.
Well, sure you should have. Probably the Narcotics Bureau, too.
Well, they all know it now, of course. You see, when you didn't come to the office and I came over here and found out what had happened to you...
What about the girl, Consuelo?
Well, she was afraid, and I don't blame her, that Hernandez had come here to get young Julio.
Why?
Because it was his testimony in court 3 years ago that put the finger on Diego Hernandez and his drug racket.
Oh, I see.
Anyhow, early this morning, she called me again. Hernandez had been out there to see her to try and make her tell him where he could find Julio.
And did she?
No. In spite of Diego's claim that he only wanted Julio in on a business deal, which, of course, is exactly what she didn't do.
What's the matter?
Of course.
What?
She must have been the one who told Hernandez you were coming here. You know, in the hope it would scare him off.
Oh, well, thanks a lot, Consuelo, whatever your name is.
Yeah. But the point is this, Johnny. And darn it, I forgot to tell the police, but they'll be coming here any minute now to talk with you about this attack. I'll tell them then.
Tell them what, Jack?
Consuelo had no way of warning young Julio. He's been out of town, coming back this morning. He'll be stopping by to see Consuelo. But if Hernandez goes back there and finds him there, heaven help him.
Come on, Jackson. We got...
Now, you stay in that bed, Johnny. Now, take it easy.
What's the matter with you? We got to get to Julio and that girl before he does, if we're not too late already.
Well, Johnny, when the police come...
Will you stop wasting time and help me get into my clothes?
But the police are on their way up here now,
All right
now.
We'll leave them a note or something, that's all.
Well, like I said, Johnny, I haven't yet told them about Consuelo and Julio and
Jackson,
everything.
over there at the desk. You write him a note while I finish dressing, and don't waste any time about it. Consuelo's little house was way out at the edge of town, in a very sparsely populated area. I knew the minute that we pulled up in front of it that we'd got there too late. The front door was wide open. Inside was still the smell of cordite from that pistol with the silencer on it. Yeah, Diego Hernandez had got there first, all right, and done his job well. Too well. In the doorway lay the body of young Julio. Just one welling bullet must have killed him instantly. The little Consuelo, young, pretty, dark-haired Consuelo, was still alive. And she tried to drag herself to the phone on a nearby table, but she just lay there gasping, barely out of reach of it. While Jackson called the police and a doctor, I carried her into the bedroom and I went to work with a couple of wet towels and a bottle of tequila I found. Then, finally...
No. It is no use, senor.
Oh, now, sure it is, Consuelo. Sure it is. You're going to be all right. The doctor will be here in a couple of minutes, and he'll get that bullet out of your back.
No. With my Julio gone, I do not want to leave now.
Oh, Consuelo, come on now. Come on. Now, listen to me. Listen. Tell me, what was it Hernandez, Consuelo? Was it Diego Hernandez who did this?
See? I want my Julio to help him again.
He wanted him to help him in the heroin racket again.
See? To go with him. To help him.
To go with him where, Consuelo? Consuelo, listen to me. Did Hernandez tell you where he's operating? Where?
Doctor.
Now, you mustn't worry. The doctor will be here.
No.
Where will we find Hernandez?
I tell you.
That's right, Consuelo. That's right. Tell me.
Doctor. Well, last question.
Maybe it'll be Dr. Velasquez, but please, Consuelo. Where will I find Hernandez? Where, Consuelo?
I say it.
Yes?
Dr. Velasquez.
Consuelo, I know. I know the doctor is on his way. You must tell me, where has Hernandez gone?
Doctor.
Consuelo, try. Consuelo.
It's okay, Johnny. The cops and Dr. Parker are on their way.
Parker?
Yeah, so we could... Oh. Is she...
Yeah.
Too bad. She was a pretty little thing.
She sure was.
Could she give you any lead on Diego Hernandez?
No, I'm afraid she didn't make very much sense, Jackson, before. Wait a minute, maybe she did.
What?
Maybe she did. The next 15 hours, I spent down at police headquarters working with a young Sergeant Ortiz, trying to locate a Dr. Velasquez there in Corpus Christi. There in any city on the Gulf Coast, anywhere in Texas even. We must have run up a phone bill of several $100s, but it was no go.
Sí, gracias. Muchas gracias.
Nothing again, Sergeant?
Nothing, sir. Again.
Well, unless this map here is lying, we have covered every single town this side of the Mexican border. Look at it. I've circled them all.
I know. But if he went to a Dr. Velasquez and the girl was sure of it...
Of course, down in Mexico, a name like that is probably as... Wait a minute.
What is it, Mr. Dollar?
Of course she told us where he is. Here, right in front of our noses on this map. Look, Sergeant, don't you see it?
Yes.
Only about 50 miles below the border.
And others here, other towns also named after people. Here, you see? Here's one called General Bravo. Here's Dr. Gonzalez, Dr. Cos. Little town.
The one we care about is this one, Sergeant. The town they call Dr. Velasquez.
Yes?
And of course, that's where he works his racket. Right there below the border in Dr. Velasquez. Okay, Sergeant.
Yeah, but Mr. Dollar, by the time the necessary contact can be made with the policia down there, by the time the necessary papers can be drawn up, and look, here it is such a small town on just a little side road, and in such a desert country.
That's all the better. That means if I take things into my own hands, there'll be nobody around to interfere.
You would go down there alone, without the authorization?
After what Hernandez did? The attack on me, 2 murders, and heaven only knows how many people he's killed with this filthy heroin.
You are right. But he has had such a start on you in a fast car, even now he could be well across the border.
All the better. It's down there in that wasteland that I'm just dying to meet him. And if I'm lucky, maybe I can get down there ahead of him.
But how?
Yeah, I'll be waiting for him at the town of Dr. Velasquez.
But how can you? And the day, it is getting late, Mr. Dollar.
Sergeant, whatever I may do from here on out, you know something? It's none of your business.
You are right. It's none of my business.
Good.
I know nothing.
Good. If only I knew somebody around here with a light plane I could charter and no questions asked. I mean, if you should just happen to have a friend or a friend of a friend. Of course, you don't know what I'm thinking of, but...
Oh, no, of course not. But, why don't we go out to my squad car and take a little ride, huh? It's a beautiful afternoon, huh?
Let's go, Sergeant. That little single-engine plane was a beauty. Incidentally, item 4 on the expense account is $250 to that friend of a friend. It was getting late, though, and I opened the throttle wide, flying a rather erratic course in the hope I wouldn't be intercepted crossing the border. Luckily, I wasn't. Then, with only a highway map to guide me, and believe me, the sun was getting mighty low now, I finally found the place I was looking for. The so-called town of Dr. Velasquez wasn't even a crossroads. It was just a handful of ramshackle buildings out there in the middle of the desert, some 20 miles north of the nearest decent piece of highway. Along the rough dirt road leading to it was a bare space where, by wrestling the controls a bit, I managed to set down. Then I taxied carefully onto that road, blocking it off. Why? Because in that last rays of the sun, I'd seen a cloud of dust that said there was a car on the road heading my way. Hernandez? I hope so. If not, I'd simply have to stay there and wait for him. Or rather, stay nearby in a clump of mesquite. It was Hernandez, all right. And as the headlights picked up the plane, barring his way.
Just hold everything, Hernandez. And don't reach for that gun.
You again?
That's right. Keep him up over your head.
What are you doing out here?
What's your guess?
I will kill you, Senor Dollar. Like I meant to kill you before.
Sorry. This time I have the gun on you.
It will do you no good.
Turn around. Keep those hands up in the air.
I will kill you. Remember that.
Aren't you getting a little tired of killing? This gun of yours will be a nice souvenir. Thanks.
So, you have what you call the advantage, eh?
That's right.
But not for long.
Well, we'll see about that. All right, put your hands down slowly. Put them behind your back.
You're not afraid to let me lower the hands, eh?
Do it, but slowly.
Very well. But it gives me the chance, senor. The one chance.
Yes, for what?
Have you never heard of the gun in the sleeve?
No, you don't.
No, I kill you.
Why don't I ever learn to frisk one of these punks before I let him lower his hands? Next time I might not be so lucky. It was well after dark when I finally got us back to Corpus Christi, and I had quite a time landing in the small private field from which I'd borrowed the plane. Sergeant Otis, of course, denied any knowledge of the whole thing, but I noticed the landing lights were on and waiting for me, and also, by pure coincidence, a young fellow from the narcotics squad just happened to be there to meet me. Nor did he suggest that I might have picked up my prisoner anywhere but this side of the border. Just the same, Jackson, maybe it wouldn't hurt to keep this report under wraps for a while. Expense account total, including board and room, and the trip home, $532.40. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Johnny Dollar.
Miss Dollar, this is Lawrence Penworthy Thurston, sir.
Thurston?
Yes, sir. I am the local representative for the State Unity Life Insurance Company down here.
Down where, Mr. Thurston?
Casey, South Carolina, sir.
Casey, that's somewhere near Columbia, the state capital, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It's practically a part of it. And while you're down here, you all must be sure to visit our fine old state house and some of the other fine old historical places we have and are mighty proud of.
While I'm down there?
You can come right away, I hope, sir.
Well, I don't see any reason why not.
Good.
What seems to be the trouble, Mr. Thurston?
Well, I'm afraid, sir, that one of our most important clients, leastwise from the standpoint of all the insurance that she carries with us.
Yeah?
Well, it looks to me as though somebody might be wanting to kill this fine lady.
To collect the insurance, hmm?
Well, sir, now, I didn't say that, but if you all are free, I'd suggest you come on down here and kind of look the situation over.
Mr. Thurston, I think you're right.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the State Unity Life Insurance Company office in Casey, South Carolina. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the all-wet matter. Expense account item 1, 5110 plane fare, Hartford to New York to Columbia, South Carolina. It was close to midnight when the plane set down at the airport. So item 2, a total of $18.50, covers a cab into the DeSoto Hotel, a late supper, some of that well-known pounding of the pillow, then breakfast and a taxi to the office of State Unity over in Casey. The office happens to be on State Street, not far away from station WCAY, which incidentally carries the radio reports of these cases of mine every week. The insurance man, Thurston, turned out to be a round, pleasant, white-haired fellow in his early 60s with a soft, warm southern accent so thick you could cut it with a knife.
All right now, Miss Dollar. Would you all care for a cigar?
Well, thank you, but I'll smoke one of these cigarettes, if you don't mind.
Not at all, not at all. That's what my friends up north always smoke up there where they make them.
Up north?
North Carolina, Virginia, way up there.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, but all right now, Miss Dollar. This client of mine is a fine lady by the name of Miss Melanie Ramsey Pembroke.
And you said it looks to you.
And Miss Dollar,
yes,
she comes from one of the finest, wealthiest old families we got around here.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Dates back to 1718 on the Ramsey side, that is, when they first put up old Fort Congaree just south of here, the place they call Granby. Fort was to keep away the Indians, named after the Congaree River.
Yes.
Or maybe it was the other way around. The river named after the fort. Anyhow, that was long before the war. I mean the war.
Yes, I'm sure it was. Now, Mr. Thurston...
Anyhow, her great-great-grandfather, or maybe it was her great-great-great... Well, anyhow, Colonel Jacob Ramsey got a hold of thousands of acres all over these parts, and Miss Dollar, the Ramsey side of that family's had money ever since, and that includes up to the present.
Yes, now you said that this Mrs. Ramsey Pembroke...
That's right, sir. Miss Melanie Ramsey Pembroke lives in the one fine big old home over in Ramseyville. You just take the Platte Springs Road out of Casey, and you follow the sign, and you can't miss it.
And what's happened to her?
Well, Miss
You said on the phone that you think somebody wants to kill her.
Yes, sir, I do.
Why?
Because of that package she received in the mail just before I called you up in Hartford. And the reason I called you, sir, is account of Ramseyville is so small, hasn't got itself any kind of a police department.
I see. What was in the package?
Well, now, mind you, I didn't see it. I didn't see it for myself. All I know is what she told me on the phone before I called you.
What did she say was in it?
And, of course, with her young husband being away, that's Mr. Peter Pembroke.
Mr. Thurston?
Well, he's kind of a sort of a traveling salesman.
Mr. Thurston, could you get to the point, please, about that package?
Oh, yes, sir. I certainly will.
All right, then.
Because, Mr. Dollar, the way I figure it out, you better rent yourself a car and get yourself over there to see her just as quick as you can.
The package?
Well, Miss Dollar, you know what was in it?
What?
One of those, what you all call, one of those infernal machines.
Infernal machines? I'm sorry, you mean a bomb?
Yes, sir. And if I was you...
Yes. All right, Mr. Thurston. I'll see you later. I spent item 3, $50 for a deposit on a rental car. Fortunately, finding Ramseyville was just as easy as Thurston had said. Also, as he told me, there wasn't much to the place except the Ramsey, now the Pembroke, home. I was met at the door by Mrs. Melanie Ramsey Pembroke herself. She was in her late 40s and still very beautiful. Or perhaps handsome is a better word. Or put it this way, in that fine, dignified, well-kept old home, she fit perfectly.
Please do sit down now, Mr. Dollar. And let me tell you about this terrible thing that's happened. This horrible, infernal machine.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
My husband is away, you see. He spends a great deal of his time out selling things. I believe you call it on the road.
What does he sell, Mrs. Pembroke?
Some kind of tools, I think they are, for big companies.
Machine tools?
Yes, that's what he calls them. He's really not very good at it. But, Mr. Dollar, I've insisted he do something with his time, and that's it.
Mrs. Pembroke, before we go any further, I want to ask you a question, and I hope it won't embarrass you.
Yes?
How old is your husband?
Peter's 11 years younger than I am.
I see. And, like yourself, rather wealthy?
No, I'm afraid things were rather difficult for Pete until we got married.
How long ago was that?
Been married 4 years now.
I see. And where did you say that this present selling trip had taken him?
He flew to Milwaukee and Minneapolis and Duluth, and he should be back any time now.
Mm-hmm. Would you go on, please?
Well, there really isn't much to tell you. I received this rather badly wrapped package early yesterday afternoon. There was no return name or address on it. Or perhaps it was torn off.
Yes.
I had no idea who might be sending me something. So, like a curious child, I guess I shook it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I noticed the strange sort of ticking sound inside of it. Well, Mr. Dollar, perhaps I've been reading too many mystery stories while Peter's away.
I see.
But I'm glad I have. Because what I did was throw open that window and throw it out in the little fish pond out there.
And then what happened?
Nothing. Nothing at all. But a few minutes later, when I went out to look at it, that package had fallen all apart.
Uh-huh.
And here, Mr. Dollar. Here, I'll show you what's been wrapped up in it. Do you see?
I certainly do. That's a time bomb, all right. Luckily for you, it's a pretty crude one. Throwing it into the fish pond not only broke a couple of the wires, but got it all wet and ruined the detonating device.
I can hardly believe it, Mr. Dollar. As I told Miss Thurston, it looks as though somebody wanted, as though somebody
Now, the
intended.
package was addressed to you, not your husband.
Yes, sir, to me.
Tell me one thing, Mrs. Pembroke. Could you read the postmark on the package?
Yes.
Did it come from Milwaukee or Minneapolis or Duluth?
No.
Where?
He came from Chicago.
Chicago. Well, that's bound to have been a stopover on his plane route.
Yes, I guess it. Oh.
Yes.
Oh, no. Good heavens, Mr. Dollar. If you mean what I think you do. Oh, no, it couldn't be.
Couldn't it? Suppose we see. Any fingerprints on the crude little time bomb had been too badly smudged by her handling of it to be of any use. The postmark on the wrapper said it was mailed from Chicago only 2 days before. But when I checked the hotel Mrs. Pembroke said he used in Duluth, I learned that he'd been there for the past 4 days and had just left to come back home. Did someone else then mail a package from Chicago for him? Maybe. But she still wouldn't believe...
My own husband would send me this murderous thing.
Well, it is a possibility, isn't it?
No. You don't know him. He's so kind and gentle. He has such a good heart, and... I mean, he's so good-hearted.
Is there a difference?
Well, you know he has some trouble with his heart. But it's nothing serious.
Yes, well, also I'm afraid it's beside the point.
But you mustn't think that Peter did this. You mustn't. I resent this terrible thing that you're thinking.
I'm sorry.
If you can find out who sent me this bomb and why, very well, that's your job. But you must not, under any circumstances, not for 1 minute, suspect Peter.
Will you promise me one thing, Mrs. Pembroke?
Well?
That you'll let me know as soon as your husband gets back here. I'll be at the DeSoto. Will you do that?
If you insist.
You must also promise me that you will say nothing to him, absolutely nothing about this bomb until I've had a chance to see and talk with him.
Now, Mr. Dollar.
Otherwise, I'll have to drop the case. Now, you don't want me to drop it, do you? When there's always the chance that something like this might happen again. Well?
Well, of course not.
Then I do have your word, Mrs. Pembroke?
Very well, Mr. Dollar. You have my word.
Thank you. Item 4, 10 cents for a phone call to the desk at the hotel where I'd registered, and I left instructions about forwarding any phone calls that I might receive. Then I drove over to station WCAY. After swapping the usual amenities with the station manager and program director, I talked with young Bill Barrett of the News Bureau, kind of feeling my way gently so not to arouse any suspicion.
Surely you aren't here just on a sightseeing trip, Johnny.
Why not? Don't you think I'm entitled to some time off to kind of roam around and look at this country of ours as much as anybody else?
Oh, don't kid me now, Johnny. What did you come down here for?
Oh, I told you, Bill. Look, aren't there any fine old plantation houses around here, the sort we Northerners keep hearing about all the time?
Oh, there's a few of them left. Of course, there's the old Ramsey place.
Where's that?
Over in Ramseyville, if you can call it a ville. Old Mrs. Melanie Ramsey Pembroke, last of the line.
Pembroke? I thought you said the name was...
Well, she married Pete Pembroke a couple of years ago, 3 or 4.
Oh, I see. Another good old Southern family. Huh?
Are you kidding? But he was smart, Johnny. Pete married into a lot of money there.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, sure is. If she doesn't catch up with him, that is.
What do you mean?
Well, he's 10, 12 years younger than she is. A real Romeo, or maybe Casanova is a better word.
That's so?
Yeah. Married her for only one thing, that money.
Mm.
What he gets now and what he'll take when she kicks off. It's a funny thing, though.
What's that, Bill?
Well, she's supposed to be a pretty shrewd character, in spite of all her polite manners and such. But, Johnny, it looks like she's the only one around these parts isn't wise to him.
Hmm.
I mean, his playing around, these so-called business trips he takes.
Oh, that kind.
Yeah, a real playboy.
And she doesn't know anything about it?
You kidding? Of course she doesn't.
You sure of that?
You think she wouldn't do something about it if she did know? Cut off his money, throw him out, something like that? You don't know her, Johnny. But to get back to your sightseeing.
Oh, yeah.
If you'd like to look around the Ramsey place, well, maybe one of the boys in the station here knows her.
Oh, why bother, Bill?
Oh, excuse me. Bill Brad. Oh, yes, he is. Mrs. Who? It's for you, Johnny.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, listen, boy, you been kidding me?
Johnny Dollar.
This is Mrs. Pembroke. I promised to call you.
Oh, he's come home?
Half or 3/4 of an hour ago. This is the first opportunity.
All right, I'll be right over.
Oh, now, Johnny, you were just stringing me along. Now, why?
I'm sorry, Bill. I gotta go.
He looks so worn out and tired from his trip, Mr. Dollar. And with that heart of his, well, he said he was just going to soak away his fatigue in a nice warm tub.
I see. And, that's where he is now, Mrs. Pembroke?
Yes. When he's tired, he likes nothing better than to lie there in that tub and read or listen to the radio and relax and...
What's the matter?
Well, it's just that he's been up there so long now, almost an hour.
Well, if he was all tuckered out...
You think it's good for him? All that hot water and for so long?
Oh, I don't know why not.
Well, I don't. I'm going to just make sure that he's all right.
I'll go along if you don't mind. Did you, say anything to him about what happened?
No, Mr. Dollar, I kept my word to you.
Good, I'm glad you did.
I still know you're entirely wrong, though. I'm sure of it. Right in here now.
All right.
Peter? 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 It's locked. Peter? Peter!
Would you mind just standing aside, Mrs. Pembroke?
What? Oh, why did you ever? Oh, no. Peter! Peter!
I'm afraid so, Mrs. Pembroke. He's dead. The ancient family medico, Dr. Eustace Culpepper, lived only a half-mile away, and he was there in minutes.
There's no question of it, Mr. Dollar. His heart attack came on to him while he was laying there in the tub reading or listening to the radio, the way he often did.
I see.
Now, was that radio on the shelf by the tub turned on?
No. At least it wasn't on when I broke in the door.
Then he just peacefully read his life away.
Doctor, had he had a history of heart trouble?
Well, he tried to keep it to himself, sir. Even I wouldn't have known about it if Melanie hadn't told me. Too bad, him being such a young man and all. Well, now I better look in and make sure she's resting properly after that little bit of sedative I gave her. You will excuse me, please.
Oh, sure, Doctor.
And if you like, you can make arrangements for the body.
Yes. Or maybe I have a better idea. I called the police in Casey, then sat down to think. That package with the bomb in it, mailed from Chicago, when Peter Pembroke shouldn't have been there. Well, maybe he didn't mail it or even have it mailed. Have it mailed. I went downstairs to the living room and I found a stack of pulp magazines. As I looked through them, and I was only interested in the ads, I finally found it. Surprise your friends with mail from all over the world, signed and sent by you, for only 50 cents plus regular postage, we'll mail your letter, your package, from anywhere in the United States. And the address of the remailing outfit, of course, was Chicago, Illinois. A simple long-distance call then would tell me who paid to have that package sent on to her. Instead, I went back up to the bathroom where Pembroke's body had been found. I looked around a bit. While I was at it, a policeman came in, got the story from Dr. Culpepper, and then joined me.
Yes, sir, Mr. Dahl. Dr. Culpepper says there's no doubt of it. Mr. Pembroke's pump just naturally gave out on him. He's going on back to file his report.
Just the same, I wonder what, if anything, the autopsy will show.
Autopsy, sir?
Mm-hmm. Because what I think happened, officer, of course, maybe the autopsy wouldn't show it in spite of the strained, shocked look on his face as he lay here in the water.
Well, just what are you getting at, sir?
Well, look here, officer. Right here on the edge of this door.
Yes, sir.
Same level as the catch, as the bolt that was used to lock the door.
Well, the doctor said that you had to break in.
Yes, now just look here, will you? Now, do you know what made this mark, this little sort of a burn here?
Well, I certainly don't, sir.
Well, the door was locked all right, but from the outside.
No, sir, the handle on that lock is on the inside.
Yes, but you take a piece of string and you loop it over this little handle. It's long enough. Here, look, I'll just use the hem of a handkerchief, like so. As I would a piece of string. I'll just loop it over this little handle on the lock inside, like that. See, then I just take the ends around the edge of the door here to the outside, and I pull. See? After I've locked the door, that way from the outside, I just let go one end and pull the string or whatever I've used and pull it away.
Somebody came in here and killed him? Well, then left and locked the door the way you showed me, from the outside?
That's right. To make it look as though he died in there alone, locked in where nobody could get to him.
But the doctor said his heart.
Oh, officer, that's the easiest part of all. Look here. One of the most dangerous things that could be found in a bathroom if it isn't handled properly.
That little radio?
Mm-hmm. Right here on the shelf above the tub, where no electrical gadget should ever be.
But the cord's pulled out of the wall socket.
Well, isn't that the way you'd turn it off after using it for a murder weapon to keep from shocking yourself? And look here. Look, the base of it's still wet. And the inside of it is soaking wet. And the switch still on.
Mr. Dollar?
Mm-hmm. He lay there in a tub of water. The killer came in, turned on the set, then shoved it off the shelf into the tub. Bad heart or good, he didn't have a chance. No wonder that look on his face.
But what if he himself reached up out of the water?
And then afterwards pulled out the plug and set it back on the shelf so nobody would know?
You're right. You're right, sir. He was murdered. But who?
The only other person here in the house with him. Because she finally realized that he'd married her only for money. And when she found out he was playing around, it was just too much for that fine old family pride. But the cover-up...
Cover-up?
Sending out that phony infernal machine.
Infernal?
To be mailed back to herself. Make it look as though he was the one with murder in mind so that nobody would ever suspect her.
Great day.
But you did, Mr. Dollar.
What?
Miss Pembroke.
Too bad for both of you.
Now, do you think you can shoot fast enough to get both of us?
You first, Mr. Dollar.
No, man!
Nice work, officer. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Good to think that a gentleman, sir, would ever strike a woman that way.
Well, when it saved us both from getting shot?
Well, even so.
Well, don't you worry about it, old man. You'll get over it. So, from here on in, it's up to the courts. It's not to be broadcast, but a tidy hunk of this expense account went to that officer who so fortunately for a moment forgot to be a gentleman. You'll notice I haven't given his name. Expense account total, including hotel bill, incidentals, and the trip home, call it $300 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, A wild old man living in, believe it or not, an ancient castle that is complete with Chamber of Horrors. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato, Jr., musical supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Tony Darnay as Melanie Pembroke, Lawson Zerby as Lawrence Thurston, Dan Ocko as Dr. Culpepper, and Cliff Carpenter as the policeman. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hanna speaking.
Johnny Dollar.
Johnny, this is Don Riegel at Worldwide Mutual.
Oh, sure, Don. Out in Chicago.
No, guess again.
You've been moved?
Yeah.
Where? I hope it's been a promotion.
Well, Johnny, I'm sitting here looking out the window of my office at the vast blue expanse of the mighty Pacific. Or at least I would be if the fog weren't so dark and thick this afternoon.
San Francisco.
Right.
One of my favorite towns.
Go on. I'll bet you say that to every city in the United States.
No, I mean it. I have some real fond memories.
Oh, yeah? Who is she, Johnny?
I mean memories of nice, big, fat fees.
Uh-huh.
You know, Don, every case I've handled in that fair city of yours over the years has paid me very nicely. How about this one, Don?
Let's wait and see, huh?
What's the problem?
Man missing.
Anybody I might know?
Well, I doubt it. His name is Harvey Lehman. And, Johnny, I find we have the gentleman insured to the tune of exactly $250,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, Don. I'm on my way.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Worldwide Mutual Insurance Company San Francisco office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the buyer and the seller matter. Item 1, after a quick early dinner, is $6 for a cab out to Bradley Field, and item 2, $175.70 plane fare. It was quite late by the time we sat down at San Francisco International Airport, so item 3 is another $6 for a taxi into the Huntington Hotel, high on famous Nob Hill, where from my window I could look out over Telegraph Hill and Chinatown, Fisherman's Wharf, the Embarcadero, and other familiar spots of this wonderful, colorful city. First thing in the morning, I dropped in on Don Riegel at his office right near station KCBS that carries these reports of mine on CBS Radio every week. You know, come to think of it, the last time I was in San Francisco, a couple of them in at KCBS helped me solve an important arson case.
Yeah, I remember that one, Johnny. Where are you staying this trip?
Over at the Huntington, as usual.
Well, I hope you didn't bother to unpack your bag.
No, why?
Well, you may have a little more traveling to do.
What do you think I did to get out here? Had my way, I'd stick around and enjoy this town of yours for a little while.
Well, no reason why you shouldn't. You can come back after you've cleared up this case for us. And believe me, I hope you can, Johnny.
What's it all about, Don?
Well, as I told you on the phone, the man's name is Harvey Lehman. As I also told you, he's disappeared.
And if somebody's knocked him off, you'll have to pay a nice hunk of insurance.
Yeah, exactly $250,000. But if that man ever had an enemy, I'm crazy as a bedbug.
Well, I've always suspected that. Who's the beneficiary?
His wife, Doris Lehman.
They've been getting along all right?
No, to be honest with you.
Uh-oh, here we go again.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Johnny. Don't start jumping to any fancy conclusions.
Why not? That's a lot of money.
Yeah, sure it is. But Harvey Lehman is only 48, 49.
All right, so why wait around for him to grow old and die before collecting on him?
No, Johnny. What I mean is that he has a good business going and will be worth a lot more over the years than any hunk of insurance is now.
Even 250 G's?
Even that.
Even if it means putting up with him over the years?
Well, any putting up with it, Johnny, I'd say is on his part.
How do you mean?
Well, Lehman's a real solid, hard-working citizen who's so completely straight and decent that, well, he's the sort that other folks often take advantage of, especially his wife.
Yeah?
Domineering. She's overpowering. And while he's working, she's spending, and not on him or his house, anything like that, mind you, but on her own selfish self.
Well, then you've just opened up possibility number 2.
That he's disappeared deliberately to get away from her?
Sure.
No.
Why not?
Well, he's simply not the type. And there's a stubborn streak in him, Johnny, and I'm sure he'd keep trying to make a go of it in the hope that she'd get over this extravagance and nagging one day, and... Well, I just don't think he'd give up. I know he wouldn't run away.
Maybe. Maybe not.
I'm sure of it.
How long ago did he disappear? By the way, what sort of business is he in?
Well, he's a buyer, Johnny. I guess you'd call him a commission buyer.
Oh, buyer of what?
Well, antiques, that sort of thing. You want a giant ruby from some ancient Persian idol, layman would get it for you if anyone could. Or the suit of armor that King Arthur wore. Or even a whole room from some Scottish castle. You know, that sort of thing.
Uh-huh.
Well, anyhow, he left here just a week ago.
A week ago?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that means a pretty cold trail.
Yeah, I know. He told his wife he was going down to Los Angeles, to Beverly Hills to be exact, to see a man. Told her he'd be back the following day. But he wasn't.
Any reason why he couldn't have just stayed over for a while?
Well, look, Johnny, if Lehman said he'd show up at 9:16 on Tuesday morning, he'd be there at 9:16 on Tuesday morning on the nose. Not a minute sooner, not a minute later.
That kind.
Yeah, that kind. Anyhow, Johnny, I've checked every hotel and apartment down there, so have the police. There's been no sign of him.
What about this man that he went to see?
Well, his name is John Arthur Whittington Maynard. I've been on the phone with him. The police have been on the phone with him half a dozen times. Lehman never showed up.
Maynard. John Arthur Whittington.
Yeah, you remember him, Johnny. Big produce-nick of a lot of big movies some 30 years ago. Well, at least they made a lot of money.
Yeah.
All of them horror films, Edgar Allan Poe and vampire and werewolf sort of stuff, before all this science fiction type of stuff came along. The old screwball made himself millions.
Well, why did Lehman say he was going down?
Well, like I said, Lehman was a buyer of some pretty unusual stuff on commission. And I understand Maynard has a house full of it.
Oh, wait a minute now. Don, isn't he the one who had an old movie set, an old castle moved onto some property to use for a home?
Yeah, that's the one. You've probably seen it in one of the picture magazines. But now, to get back to Lehman.
You better give me his description.
Let's see. Here's the dope on him, Johnny, all scribbled out for you.
Thanks.
And if you want a picture without having to go to the police, his wife has promised to have one for you.
Good. Because she's the one person that I want to talk to about this. Now, have you got a car I can use?
No, sure, you can have mine. But listen, Johnny, so far as Mrs. Lehman is concerned, I thought I made it clear a couple of minutes ago
Okay, Don, okay. Let's just wait and see. The Lehman house was up in Marin County over the Golden Gate Bridge, and it was quite a mansion. From the minute I stepped inside, it was plain who dominated this household. The rugs, every piece of furniture, every bit of decoration, everything was in the unmistakable taste of a woman. Even Lehman's so-called study would have done much better as a sewing room. There was certainly no place where a man could open his collar, take off his shoes, put up his feet, and relax. And the more I talked with Doris Lehman, the more I became convinced that one of two things had happened. Either he, in spite of what Don had told me, either he'd skipped out simply to get away from her, or she had done him in for that insurance.
Now, just a minute, young man. If you came out here to insult me...
I'm sorry, Mrs. Lehman.
You very well should be.
But in my job, we have to consider all the possibilities.
Ridiculous. Do you think for 1 minute I'd dirty my hands with such a low act as murder? It's ridiculous.
Even for $250,000?
Make no mistake about it, Mr. Dollar. Harvey is worth a great deal more to me alive than he might ever be dead. He's done very well for me and will continue to. If you can find him and bring him back to me.
I'm sure he will.
Of course he will.
Have you considered that he might have just wanted to get away from you for a while?
I beg your pardon. Harvey just run off and leave me?
Well?
He wouldn't dare.
I wondered.
Well, you can stop wondering right here and now. Harvey would no more... He would no more...
Yes? Go on, Mrs. Lehman, or if I hit a sore spot.
Mr. Dollar, if I thought for 1 minute, if it were possible that you were right... No, I refuse to believe it. And if you have no better theory, I suggest you get out of here and forget the whole thing. If he's to be found, the police can do it.
Have they accomplished anything as yet?
No. Big, talking, do-nothing men. They haven't accomplished a thing. And those bumbling, movie-struck police down there in Beverly Hills are just as bad.
Now, just a minute. It just happens that Beverly Hills is a mighty fine police department. I know. I've worked with them.
Then why haven't they found him? That's where Harvey went.
Well, how do you know? How do you know that he ever got there?
Because he telephoned me from Mr. Maynard's home. If you can call that atrocity a home.
He said that's where he was calling from?
The night of the morning he left here. Harvey always calls me when he gets to a destination, wherever it is. I insist on it. And naturally, Harvey obeys.
I'm sure he does. Did you tell that to the police?
Of course I...
Yeah?
No. No, I guess... I was so confused. These stupid police annoy me so with their endless questions and insinuations. They're even worse than you are.
Thank you very much.
What?
Don't you realize they're only trying to do a job for you?
Well, then why don't they? Why don't they know that Harvey got there?
Because you didn't tell them. Why did he go to see Mr. Maynard?
To collect the money due for a lot of junk he bought for him. $10,000.
Junk?
Oh, chunks from some ancient Roman ruin. Artifacts out of the temple of some old pagan god. And a lot of other nonsense that castle is stuffed with. Maynard simply refused to pay. He told Harvey he should feel honored for having been able to contribute to the decoration of that silly place. And that if he didn't stop dunning him, he'd
what, Mrs. Lemon?
Oh, I don't know. All I know is that he threatened Harvey, and more than once.
For simply trying to collect a bill?
Well, you don't know that crazy old Maynard.
Oh, I guess I don't.
Anyhow, I got fed up with it. I told Harvey to go down there and collect that money or else. Why should I tell you this? I don't like you. It's none of your business. So just leave and forget about it. Goodbye, Mr. Dollar.
I was afraid if I lingered any longer, she'd literally throw me out. So I got the next bit of information, her telephone number, from the phone book in my room at the Huntington. Then I put through a call, not to her, but to an old pal of mine. Under the circumstances, it wouldn't be diplomatic to give his right name, so we'll just call him Brady. Sergeant Brady, the Beverly Hills Police Department. And 15 minutes later, he called me back. Johnny Dollar.
Brady, Johnny.
Yeah.
Well, as you suggested, I snooped the phone company, and yes, there was a call to that Marin County number the same night Lehman should have arrived down here.
All right, then, Brady.
So maybe old Maynard called to see why he hadn't. He must have known Lehman was planning to come.
I don't think so. I don't think Maynard would have called because I don't believe he did know Lehman was heading your way.
Oh, you don't, huh?
What's more, it was Lehman himself who made that call.
No, wait a minute. You're sure of that?
Yes. At least that's what I was told by...
Yeah, Johnny?
Well, maybe I'm not sure.
Well, if you're thinking that maybe Lehman did get here and that maybe they had a fight or something, well, Johnny, we thought of that, too. You see, we know that wacky old Maynard pretty well. He's a real nut. And if you don't believe me, just dig up some of those old horror pictures he used to make. Wow.
I know what you mean.
Made a lot of the props for him, too, with his own little hands. Anyhow, just in case, some of the boys and I went through that joint of his from stem to stern.
And?
Nothing. Zero. No sign of Lehman or anybody else. We even tapped on walls and took measurements, looking for hidden rooms or secret panels, that sort of thing. Nothing.
But you did suspect him.
Did? Yeah. But only because that crazy old man, just to be dramatic, might try most anything, just for kicks.
Even murder?
Murder. So what's a murder to him? I mean, after all those he put on film? But you know something?
No?
If that ham ever did kill somebody, why, Johnny, he'd be the first one to ask us over. He'd probably lead us right to where he'd hidden the stiff after fixing it so we wouldn't see it.
Just to show off?
Yeah, sure. That's why we went over the place so carefully. Even poked around in all the old suits of armor that he kept pointing out to us.
Brady, how long are you going to be on duty?
Well, I'm off in half an hour, but now listen, Johnny, if you think you have some
Well,
idea...
I'm not sure, but maybe I'll run on down there. If so, I'll holler.
Yeah, you do that.
Item 3, $83 even for a cab to the airport, a jet to Los Angeles, and a deposit on a rental car. I drove into Beverly Hills to police headquarters. As I suspected, Brady wasn't there, nor did a phone call raise him at his home. However, the officer on the desk promised to keep trying and gave me some directions, so I took off. After leaving a pleasant residential section, I took a narrow dirt road high up the side of a mountain. I could see all of Beverly Hills and most of Los Angeles spread out below me, and Catalina Island over 20 miles out in the blue Pacific like a jewel, fairly sparkling in the late afternoon sun. I could also see the crummy castle where John Arthur Whittington Maynard lived alone among the tattered glories of his past in the film business. And suddenly, That wee, small voice in the back of my brain spoke out loud and clear. Watch it, Dollar. You may be getting into more than you bargained for, so watch it, Dollar. Watch it. Picture it for yourself. This castle, once a movie set, built up among the rocks and boulders at the top of a mountain. Complete with gray stone walls, battlements, a gallery between the towers, and believe it or not, even a moat with a heavy wooden drawbridge. I almost expected to see the bridge thumped down and half a dozen fully armored knights come galloping out to challenge me with lances at the ready. Instead, as I drew up in front of it, the bridge was lowered slowly. There was something almost ominous about the creaking and clanking of its iron chains. And then standing there, the man. Or rather, the caricature of a man. He was short, heavy-set, and in a way almost grotesque. The ugly face, the eyes of a pig, the long, black, straggly hair and 3 or 4 day growth of beard, the heavy, beefy shoulders hunched forward. I thought of Quasimodo, the horrible hunchback at Notre Dame.
Welcome, sir. Welcome to my castle.
Oh, how do you do, Mr. Maynard, is it?
That's right. Surely you heard of me.
As a matter of fact...
Come in. It's not often I have visitors. Someone to show my place to. So few people even know of my beautiful castle.
My name is Dollar, Mr. Maynard. I'm an insurance investigator.
Insurance? Not a salesman. I'll have none of it. Get out. Leave my place.
No, I said I was an investigator, Mr. Maynard. I'm trying to find out what happened to a Mr. Harvey Lehman.
Harvey? Oh, yes, of course. A very old and very dear friend of mine. Come. Let me show you some of the wonderful things he has brought me over the years.
Well, I would like to ask...
Magnificent suits of armor, regal pennants and banners, beautiful tapestries.
Pinning him down to talk about Harvey Lehman was almost impossible. But I must confess that the trip around that phony castle was interesting, to say the least. Much of what he showed me deserved a place in a museum. Real collector's items. And some of the props from old horror pictures that he's made were just fascinating. Especially down in one of the dank, dark, dirty dungeons. Ancient instruments of torture, the rack, the wheel, the Iron Maiden, a metal boot to be filled with boiling oil.
From my pictures, Dollar. From my pictures. Realism, that's what I had in all of them. Because I was the greatest plotter of them all. When it came to mystery and torture and murder.
To get back to Mr. Lehman.
And can you think of a better place to keep them than down here in this dusty old dungeon, eh?
Yes, very fitting.
Now, in here, I must show you my wine cellar.
There are still a couple of questions, though, that
29 years ago, I laid down the wines in here. That's all that time they've been aging in here. Cases and cases of them, rack after rack. Do you see them under the dust and cobwebs? Finest vintages of all.
Yes, sure. Now, Mr. Maynard...
Yes, 29 years ago, when I retired and moved into this place, I put these wines down here.
So you said.
You can tell how long by the dust and the cobwebs.
Yes, I know.
Spiders. Here undisturbed for 29 years.
One thing more, though, about Mr. Lehman.
No, I told you, Mr. Dollar. I know nothing whatsoever about him.
When did you see him last?
Oh, almost a year ago.
You sure about that?
Yes, I'm sure. Oh, look here, this case of port. No label. But the finest vintage port.
Mr. Maynard?
Over here. Do you see them? The sherries. Magnificent sherries. And the longer they lie there, undisturbed, the finer they'll be.
You never drink them?
Drink them? Such treasures. Drink them indeed. Look at this one. The color of this ancient sherry. Hold it up to the light. There. You see?
Yes, I'm afraid I do now.
What?
I see. Realism, you said. Didn't you mean what looks like realism by the time it was shown on a movie screen?
I don't understand, Mr. Dollar.
Tell me the truth, Mr. Maynard. These torture machines, for instance, in the other room, and some of that armor upstairs.
Well, some of that armor cost me a fortune because it's genuine.
Maybe so, some of it. But how about the rest?
You mean you could tell?
That it's only imitation? Stuff that was made up for some of your old movies?
But I made it myself. I have a skill in such things. I thought it was perfect.
It would have fooled me, all right.
Well, then I don't understand.
Even as the dust down here and the cobwebs fooled the police, too, didn't they?
What?
When they came around here a few days ago for a look.
Now, just a minute.
I'll bet by way of showing off, you dragged them down to this wine cellar, too. You were so sure of yourself.
Dollar?
Phony cobwebs are almost like the real thing.
Phony?
All the dust. What is it, Maynard? Fuller's earth that you've scattered around?
You don't know what you're talking about.
The whole setup would have fooled me royally if you hadn't picked up that bottle of wine and held it up to the light. I'm going to take a look under some of these cases, Mr. Maynard.
No! You leave them alone.
Why? Because they cover up something you don't want me to see?
No, don't do that.
What was the name of that gruesome old picture in which you had a man buried under a cellar floor?
I said stop it. If you don't, I'll pull this trigger.
Oh, I see.
There.
That wild, silly guess of mine paid off.
That's right. Harvey Lehman is buried under your feet, and you will join him there.
Now, put down that gun, Mr. Maynard.
Stand back, Dollar.
You heard him, Maynard.
What?
Put it down.
The police. I'll kill you.
Watch him, Brady.
Thanks, Brady.
Well, it was a pleasure, Johnny. I'm sure glad you left word for me at headquarters.
Oh, believe me, so am I.
And he certainly fooled us when the boys and I went through here a couple of days ago. But how did you ever guess?
Bottle of wine when he held it up to the light.
Well?
He said it was fine old sherry, lying around down here for 29 years.
So?
Sherry? There should have been a sediment in that bottle this thick.
Uh-huh. So the age and dust and cobwebs were a fake, huh? And he must have moved the bottles over this spot only recently.
That's right. I just took a wild guess. You know the rest.
Pretty smart, Johnny. Pretty smart.
Needless to say, wild as the whole thing may seem, they found Lehman's body buried there in the cellar. Expense account total, including the trip back to Hartford by way of San Francisco to pick up my clothes, $477.30. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, Savannah, Georgia, after one of the cleverest crooks I've ever had to tangle with. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Leon Janney as Maynard, Gertrude Warner as Doris Lehman, William Redfield as Brady, and Carl Frank as Don Riegel. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hanna speaking.
Johnny Dollar.
Johnny, this is Phil Easterday.
Easterday?
That's right.
Out in San Diego.
Right, with Mono Guarantee Insurance.
Well, sure. How are you, Phil? It's been a long time.
I'm fine, yes, I know it has. How'd you like to take a little run out here, Johnny?
Sunny Southern California? Why not?
Okay. Now, according to this plane schedule I'm looking at, if you can get a move on, you can just about make connections on one of the jets coming out this way.
Good.
I'll pick you up at the airport. See you, Johnny.
Hey, wait a minute, Phil.
Yes?
Give me something to worry about along the way. What's your problem?
Burglary.
Oh?
Or rather, a whole series of them.
I see.
Yep, all directed at the same man. Or rather, man and wife.
Whole series of them, hmm?
Right.
What's been taken?
The same thing every time, Johnny.
That's so what?
Hold your hat.
I'm holding.
Just exactly nothing.
All right, I'll grab... What was that?
You heard me.
Well, I asked you what had been stolen.
Yes, that's
and you
right.
said exactly nothing.
Right.
That doesn't make sense.
I know. But now you'll have to hurry to make your plane. Goodbye.
Phil, just a minute.
I'll be here and waiting for you.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator, yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Mono Guarantee Insurance Company office in San Diego, California. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the double-barreled matter. Expense account item 1. After I'd grabbed some breakfast and packed a couple of bags, $5.50 for a cab out to Bradley Field. Item 2, $180.40 plane fare to New York, to Los Angeles, to San Diego. Thanks to one of the newer jets on that swing across the country, it was only a few minutes after noon, Pacific time, that is, when the plane landed at San Diego's Lindbergh Field, which incidentally is only about a mile south of the city's main business district. San Diego, you know, was California's oldest Spanish settlement, the spot where California's modern history got its start. Also, I've heard, it's the town that has the ideal climate that Los Angeles talks about having. Anyway, it's a nice town with nice people. A busy naval and fishing port, and a popular year-round tourist resort. The latter because of its miles of clean beaches, fine motels, and, as I said, wonderful climate. I like it. Phil Easterday was waiting for me. We piled into his car, drove to his office, and he told me what it was all about.
That's right, burglaries.
But, Phil, if nothing's been taken...
Now, look it up, Johnny. Burglary means breaking and entering with intent to commit a felony, whether that felonious purpose is accomplished or not.
All right, Mr. Webster, I'll take your word for it.
When you've had to use those as definitions correctly, as often as I have in connections with insurance claims, well, the point is, Johnny, that Mr. and Mrs. Warner's apartment's been broken into some 7 times now. 7 times in a row, over a period of about 2 months.
Warner?
Yeah, Charles Hastings Warner and his wife, Trudy. He's, well, now to come to think of it, I don't know what he is, what he does for a living. But if the size of his insurance policies means anything, he does all right. His straight life alone has a face value of nearly $1 million. That could be, I suppose, that he simply retired out here. He came out originally from Chicago, I think.
I see. Phil, what do the police think about these burglaries?
Well, that's just it, Johnny. They were never reported to the police.
Why not? How did you find out about them?
My wife plays bridge a couple of times a week. One of the group is Trudy Warner. Trudy told her, she told me, so I called up Mrs. Warner and got the story.
All right, now answer the first part of my question.
What, about the police?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she said that as long as nothing's been missing, her husband Charlie said there was no point in bothering them. But it kind of has Trudy worried, never knowing whether it's going to happen again or when they might clean out the place. Now, if you ask me, Johnny, I think it looks kind of peculiar.
That's the understatement of the week.
Right. And I think we ought to do something about it.
7 times in a row, you said.
That's right.
And absolutely nothing taken.
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, that is peculiar, Phil. Very.
Well, that's why I called you up as soon as I heard about it. You know,
One of these days, they'll find whatever it is they're looking for, and we'll find ourselves faced with a hefty claim.
I wonder.
What do you mean by that?
I just wonder, that's all. Want to give me their address?
Sure.
And you might call and tell them I'm on my way out. Hmm?
Right.
No.
What?
On second thought, just give me their address.
Oh.
Yeah. Expense account item 3, $50 deposit on a rental car. The Warners' apartment was really a single detached cottage in back of one of the better hotels. Very nice, very exclusive, very expensive. Rather than go into all the details later, let me tell you right now that it was expensively furnished, too. Thick wall-to-wall carpeting, fine furniture, everything very modern but in good taste, obviously the work of a high-priced decorator. As for Mrs. Trudy Warner, well, she was 25 or 26, tall, statuesque and blonde, with just enough makeup to enhance her natural beauty. She had a rather distinguished look, a quiet sort of dignity in her bearing. She wore a housecoat of fine oriental silk, long jeweled earrings with enough diamonds to choke a horse, but also in good taste. A couple of bracelets and the gold band of her watch were set in gems, and I'm sure that the huge stone in one of her well-chosen rings was a genuine ruby. At first glance, this all meant wealth, social status, a blue blood. But when in response to my knock, she opened the door and then opened her mouth.
Yeah?
Mrs. Warner?
Yeah, that's me. Who are you, huh?
My name is Dollar. Johnny Dollar.
Yeah, I ever seen you around anywheres before?
I doubt it.
Well, then, listen,
Is Mr. Warner at home?
No, he ain't. He's gone away for a couple of days. But no fooling around, Buster, so you better get back on your bicycle and scram. Goodbye.
Just a minute.
Hey, now,
Mr.
get
Warner.
your foot out of this door. You want I should scream for help or something?
No, that won't be necessary. Believe me, I'm here because I represent your husband's insurance company.
Oh, you do, huh? Well, can you prove it?
Well, here, let me show you my credentials.
Oh, okay. I'll take your word for it. Well, what do you want to see him about, huh?
Well, about those burglaries you've been having.
Oh, about those people busting in here, going through all our stuff all the time, hmm?
That's right.
Boy, am I glad to see you, Johnny. How'd you find out about it?
Well, I just happened to be here in town and talking with Mr. Easterday.
Oh, yeah. I just knew I shouldn't have told that insurance guy's wife at that bridge the other day. And when he called me up and made me tell him more about it, but there wasn't ever anything stolen, so there wasn't anything he could do about it, he said. Only why Charlie wouldn't call the cops in, I'll never know.
May I come in, Mrs. Warner?
Huh? Oh, yeah, sure, come in.
Thank you.
But if Charlie finds out, I mean, he's not even wanting to bother the cops, well, maybe he won't like this.
I don't know why not.
I'm glad you're going to do something about it, because I asked you, Johnny, what if I was to come in from shopping or something? I mean, like in broad daylight. Like when Charlie was away like this, and maybe find somebody's busted in and was still here and pulled a gun on me or something. Sit down, huh?
Thanks. These burglaries have all occurred while your husband was away?
No, it's always right after he's come home again. We've been out somewheres at night together. We do a lot of night clubbing and stuff, and even sometimes go up to L.A. And then they always go through everything with a fine-tooth comb, even pulling up the rugs and taking the beds apart, but they never steal nothing. I don't get it. But I also don't like it neither.
No, I can't say I blame you. And your husband?
Charlie? Well, all he says is it's probably just some crazy hophead or something, or a psychopath. Yeah, that's it. And as long as he don't take anything, we should worry. Only I don't like it.
But that's his only explanation, though, for nothing being taken.
Well, that's his only one. Gee, I don't know how he can take it so cool and casual, but that's the way he is, Johnny. Just real cool and casual about everything. You could fire a gun under him. He wouldn't even blink his eyelash.
Anybody ever tried that, firing a gun under him?
A nice, sweet guy like Charlie? Of course not. You want a drink, Charlie? Johnny.
That's all right. No, thank you. Tell me, what's your husband do for a living, Mrs. Warner?
Only it's Trudy, Johnny. No use being formal, huh?
All right, Trudy.
Only that's no invitation like you should get fresh or anything. You remember that?
Oh, indeed I will. I remember that.
You sure you don't want a little drink?
No, I really don't. Thanks very much.
Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to have another one.
Oh, you go ahead.
If you pardon me, please.
You just help yourself. You started telling me about your husband's business.
Oh, he hasn't got any business, Johnny. At least not since I met him out here in Dago and married him.
I see. Do you know what he did before?
Well, why should I care, huh? As long as he keeps the money coming in and treats me good like he does. You sure, Johnny? Just to keep me company.
No, I'm sure. If he has money coming in, where's it come from, Trudy?
So I'll give you the same answer he always gives me when I asked him.
Well?
Didn't you never hear of the stock market? That's what he says.
Oh, I see. Where did you say he is now?
I didn't. But he's gone hunting like he always does.
Always?
Well, almost every week lately.
Oh? Where, do you know?
Well, sure I know. It's down near El Centro. You know where that is?
Somewhere down near the border, I believe.
Yeah, down there in all that farm country in the Imperial Valley.
Oh, yes. I understand there's a lot of dove shooting down there in the Imperial Valley.
Yeah, doves or pigeons or whatever they are. Only he always calls them pigeons.
Oh, yeah?
Little tiny things, a lot of feathers, you only get a mouthful out of them. I always get stuck. I have to cook them for him, but he's always so nice to me, so why not?
Sure.
I'm a good cook, too, Johnny. You wouldn't believe it, but I am.
Oh, I'll bet you are. Tell me, do you know where he stays down there?
Well, sure. I always call him up on the phone every night while he's gone. It's the Bluebird Motor Court. It's a real swell place. I've seen it myself a couple of times when him and me was on our honeymoon.
When did he leave?
Early this morning. That means he won't be back until the day after tomorrow. Only what are you going to do about this burglar and bit, Johnny?
Gee, I'm not sure yet, Trudy.
Well, whatever it is, I sure hope you do. Only don't let on to Charlie I said anything about it, will you, honey?
Well, if you won't, I won't.
Oh, well, don't you worry about that. This is not even a short one, Johnny. Just to keep me company.
Well, all right. Just a short one. More conversation, but no more information of any consequence. After the second short one, and just to keep her company, believe me, I left and drove to the nearest shopping section, picked up a handful of change, dove into a phone booth, and spent item 4, 80 cents, on calls to all the stockbrokers in town. Not one of them had ever heard of Mr. Charles Hastings Warner. Okay. Item 5, $3.90 for a call to an old friend of mine in Chicago, Pete Fuller, a feature writer for the Chicago Sun-Times.
Charles Hastings Warner? Are you kidding, Johnny? You don't know who Chicky Warner is? Or rather, was, when he was operating here in Chi? And you in the private eye business? Well, brother, leave me pour you an earful. I hope you got plenty of dimes to feed that slot machine you're talking through.
I can only tell you this. By the time Pete Fuller got through giving me a rundown on Chick Warner, it suddenly began to look as though I'd got myself involved in one of the most important and possibly one of the most dangerous cases in my whole career. With to due back in San Diego in less than 2 days, I decided that I'd better act fast. Act on a hunch? That's all it was, but for once I felt there was plenty of reason for it, and not because of the circumstances, the burglaries, but the character of the man I now knew I'd be dealing with. I spent item 6 in one of the local sporting goods stores. For a total of $314.61, I came out with some lightweight hunting clothes, a pair of bird shooter boots, a good quality double-barrel 12-gauge shotgun, and 3 boxes of shells loaded with number 9 birdshot. I also bought a hunting license. I piled the stuff into my rental car and headed east on Highway 80, making time now because it was getting dark. A little over 100 miles later, near a place called Coyote Wells, I pulled off the road and gave the hunting clothes a little age and character by the simple expedient of driving the car over them a couple of times. When I got to El Centro, I took a room at the Bluebird Motor Court. Quite a place. Not only 20 or 30 nice modern motel cottages, but a big fancy dining room with a bar attached. And it was in the bar that I met Mr. Charles Hastings Warner. He was a cold-looking man of about 50. Tall, lean, gray, and with gray eyes. Kind of a prominent aquiline nose and almost prim sort of mouth with thin lips. It was late and the bar was almost empty, so it wasn't too hard to make conversation with him.
Why, yes. Matter of fact, I am here to do some pigeon shooting. How'd you know?
Oh, I didn't, Mr. Warner, is it?
Yeah.
I just hope to find somebody around here who could tell me where to go for some birds. I took a chance on talking to you, and it looks as though I picked the right man.
Oh, I can tell you where to go, all right. Find lots of pigeons.
Aren't they really doves, though?
Dollar, the way you can knock them off so easy, I like to think of them as pigeons. Another drink, baby?
Yeah, I'll buy it.
You bought the last 4.
Oh, that's all right. Don't worry about it. Waiter, a couple more of these.
Yes, sir.
If you can lead me to some good shooting, it's certainly worth a couple of drinks.
Lead you?
Well, do you mind if I kind of tag along with you tomorrow?
Well, I mostly like to go alone, Dollar, but sure, why not?
Good.
I'll make 2 of you.
2 of us?
Yeah, I promised some other guy I'd let him come along. Name is Al Melford. You know him?
No.
When he hurt in the bartender, somebody that I always bring in the pigeons, he latched on to me. Bought me a couple of drinks like you did. So I couldn't turn him down.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, maybe it's good to have a couple of witnesses along.
Witnesses?
Sure.
To what?
You know, to see I don't come back with over my limit.
Oh.
What'd you think?
Well, I had no idea.
Also, I don't know how good a shot this Al Melford is. Just met him today, so you can be along to make sure you don't blow my head off by mistake.
You're not serious.
Dollar, a man has a gun on him. You never know. Remember that.
Early the next morning, far too early for my money, was long before sunrise. The 3 of us, Chick Warner, Al Milford, and I, set out in Warner's car. We headed south across the flat desert and farmland, to and through Calexico. Within spitting distance of the border, we turned right and then hit a narrow, dusty road that wound around so much I wondered a couple of times if we weren't getting a little too close to Mexico. Al Milford, by the way, put me on guard. 35 or so, there was a kind of shiftiness about him that I didn't like. I began to wonder if I'd walked myself into a trap of some kind. Finally, Chick stopped and deployed us around a vast, heavy cover of what I believe they called deer brush. Oh, there must have been several acres of it, and mesquite and sage that was higher than my head. Al went to the north end, I to the west, and Warner to the south, and we waited. Sure enough, as soon as the sun came up, as Warner promised, the birds started rising. For the next 10 or 15 minutes or so, I had more action than I'd ever dreamed possible in bird shooting. But I noticed 2 things. Chick Warner's shooting was only one blast at a time. And more important, after the first big flurry, there wasn't a sound from Al's gun. I worked my way slowly, cautiously toward the spot where Chick Warner supposedly had his stand. What I came on stopped me in my tracks. Al Milford, lying prone, his shotgun aimed toward the spot where Warner should have been, and beside him in reach, a .38 revolver. As I sneaked up on him, he suddenly quietly swung around, and I found myself staring into the barrel of that gun.
Just take it easy, Doctor.
Yeah.
Before you do anything silly, just take a look at these. My credentials. Catch.
Credentials?
I know who you are, but you don't know who I am, so you better look.
You think I'll argue with you as long as... Oh.
Yeah.
Narcotics squad.
That's right. Now listen. Put down your gun and listen before he gets back here.
Sure.
He's been quiet quite a while now, so I think he's made his haul.
What?
Don't you see, we know how he gets the stuff across the border.
Stuff?
White stuff, heroin, pure, uncut heroin.
I figured as much from his record in Chicago.
Sure. Now he picks it up on these so-called hunting trips.
From a contact just across the border.
Yeah, and he always has company, a witness who would swear he just came out here shooting, sometimes one of our men. But none of them has ever found the stuff on him.
Then those raids in his apartment, yours.
I didn't say that, Johnny. But strip him down, strip his apartment, there's never a sign of it. Yet somehow he's not only getting it, but storing it, then spreading it around up north. And somehow I've got to find out what he does with it after he picks it up here, where he hides it.
You'll never know that.
Warner!
All right, Warner.
No!
No, Dollar. You reach for that gun, you get this other barrel. That wasn't any birch I'd hit him. That was a slug. I can see that. Okay. Pick up that handgun of his. With your left hand. Toss it over here. But real careful. Go on, do it. I say toss me his gun or I give you this other barrel. What's the matter, you blind? They only use one shot on him. This gun's a double. Can't you see that? Sure, Warner. Do like I tell you. You want this other barrel? Yes, Warner, I think I do. Stay back or you'll get it. Stay back. Stay back! Clever, Warner. Clever hiding place when you took the stuff home.
Get back.
Not even the experts could find it there at your cottage.
Get back, I tell you.
And out here, after birds, only one shot at a time. That's what gave you away.
You hear me? I'll pull this trigger.
And let the hammer fall on the barrel full of the white stuff that it's loaded with? Why bother, Warner? Okay, Dollar, listen. I'll make a deal with you. The stuff in this other barrel is worth a lot of dough. You want to talk? You want to make a deal? Sure. Sorry, Warner, I'm afraid the only deal I'll make with you is this. All right, Al, are you still with us?
Sure, Johnny, but it just caught my arm. If you can carry me back to the car.
Take it easy, Al. When our friend here comes around as a reward for his cleverness, we'll let him carry you back. That one shotgun barrel loaded with heroin? Sure, it was only a guess, but thank heaven it was the right one. You know, for a second there, I was afraid he might have a shell in it. Expense account total, including the trip on back to Hartford, call it $760 even, and cheap at half the price. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, one of the rottenest rackets in the world, but a story with a real twist at the end. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., musical supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Santos Ortega as Charles Warner, Elizabeth Lawrence as Trudy, Court Benson as Phil Easterday, Carl Frank as Al Milford, and Robert Dryden as Pete. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hanna speaking.
Johnny Dollar.
Pat Fuller, Johnny, at Universal Adjustment Bureau.
Well, hi, Pat. Pat Fuller, did you say?
That's right.
Well, how come?
What?
Well, Pat McCracken's always been my contact over there at your place, 5 or 6 years now.
Haven't you heard? Pat's retired.
Retired?
Yeah.
At his age? Well, he's only about,
50 on the nose. Been here since he was 25. So now he's off and gone with a real nice pension from the company.
Son of a gun. Well, I always did know I was in the wrong end of this business.
You want a job as a company man? Come on over. Who knows? Maybe you can live long enough to earn a nice soft pension, too. If, that is, you'll do the same thing he did that I'm doing.
What do you mean?
Well, instead of keeping your own hours, traveling around all over the country all the time, new places, new faces, lots of excitement, well, you'd have to be tied down to a desk 9 to 5, day after day, month after month, year after year.
Yeah.
But think of the advantages. You'd have Christmas off and New Year's and the 4th of July.
Well, now, let's,
And all sorts of free life and health insurance and other benefits. A couple of weeks off with pay every
let's forget
year.
it, Pat. I think I'll stay freelance and free.
Whatever you say, Johnny. Anyhow, with McCracken gone, I've taken over.
Well, what's on your mind? And I hope it's something that'll get me really away for a change.
Don't ask for it. Before this thing's over, you may find yourself having to cover the whole country, from stem to stern.
Oh, it sounds intriguing. What is this thing?
One of the oldest and simplest rackets that ever hit the insurance business. But one of the hardest to catch up with.
Tell me all.
Why don't you come on over here? I will.
All right, I'm on my way.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator,
yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Universal Adjustment Bureau, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the be or not to be matter. Expense account item 1, $1.20 for a cab to Universal Adjustment Bureau down on the square. Pat Fuller was about 40, I'd say, and in spite of his easy, casual manner, it was obvious he didn't miss a trick. Very much like his predecessor, Pat McCracken.
Wow, glad to see you, Johnny.
How are you, Pat?
Fine. Sit down. Let me tell you all about it.
Okay.
Cigarette?
Thanks.
Now, as you know, Johnny, here at Universal Adjustment, we handle claims for a list of insurance companies as long as you're on.
I know.
And all over the country, every state in the union.
Uh-huh.
But only the sizable claims. The little ones for a few hundred, a few $1,000s, well, it's cheaper for the companies to handle them, to pay them off themselves.
Sure.
However, they're all required to inform us about them, even if they involve only pennies.
I see.
But unless there's something unusual about those small settlement reports, they're simply glanced at and then filed away.
Well, now I take it you've run across something unusual.
I sure have. You see them here? 13 reports and claims paid out by 13 different companies. The smallest for $250. The largest, thanks to an impulsive darn fool hotel manager, is for over $4,000.
You said for one of the oldest rackets in the business.
False injury.
Ah. Like the one I busted out on the coast a while back, where some old wino was carefully run down, his leg broken, then the insurance split with him.
Something like that. These reported injuries were all the results of falls.
Sounds like the hotel or department store caper, then.
It is. Hotel.
Yeah.
Couple goes to a nice hotel, registers just for one night. The man carefully explains to the clerk that they have important business in some other town the following day.
Sure.
Just before checkup time, they casually walk across the lobby. And she suddenly trips on the edge of a rug or slips on the polished floor, lets out a yell of
I
pain.
know the rest. He yells for the manager, hauls her up to the room. By the time the manager gets there, she's putting on the agony act, and they threaten to sue the pants off the hotel and raise a big stink.
Right. They usually demand around $100,000. Threaten to call in some local lawyer they just happen to know.
Yes.
And the manager, all excited and hoping to avoid a lot of adverse publicity, as well as a lawsuit, has them sign a release. Pays them something in cash, whatever they can talk them into, and they're on their merry way.
Pat, why don't these hotel managers ever learn to hold on to people like that and make them undergo a medical examination?
Oh, this pair's clever, Johnny. In more ways than one.
How do you mean?
Well, the woman usually slips on a spot of oil or grease. Who's to prove that they put it there themselves? After all, nobody's watching them every second, simply because nobody knows who they are and what they're up to.
Yeah, I see what you mean. But Pat...
Also, Johnny, in every one of these cases, some doctor's been called in, made a quick examination, and confirmed the fact that there was an injury.
And insisted that they stay around for a while?
No. Like I said, they've already established the fact that they have to be in some other city on business. Thousands of dollars at stake. That if they're made to stick around, then they'll really sue.
Yeah. 13 in a row, you say?
All over the country, and all within less than 4 months.
Doggone it, Pat. If there really is an injury in each case, at least enough to fool a doctor.
I know. That's puzzled me, too.
Well, it doesn't sound like the same couple then, does it?
But it is. I'm sure of it now.
Why?
Well, Johnny, you know as well as I do that most crooks develop a sort of pattern, whether they themselves realize it or not.
Well, you know that some of them set a pattern deliberately, leave a regular trademark just to show off.
Right.
Or just to make the cops look silly.
Exactly.
Now, they haven't used the same names each time.
Oh, no, of course not. But what they have done...
Now, what about their descriptions? Is it covered in these reports?
Oh, yes. But they don't mean very much, because one time she's a blonde, the next time a brunette, and then a redhead, And the same thing goes for him. Thick glasses one time, a mustache another, clean shaven the next, and so on.
Yeah.
But, look, here. I have a picture of them.
Oh? How'd you get this?
Photographer in a hotel lobby in Chicago, taking pictures of a model, showing off some clothes. They happen to be in the background. You see? There they are.
Yeah. Oh, fine. This will be of help. Even if they fool around with a disguise or two. But now to get back to this pattern that you mentioned.
Really the show-off element, as you call it.
Yeah.
The home address they give when they register.
Fictitious one?
I don't know, but it's always the same.
What is it?
21st Street and Fairmount Avenue.
Where?
Philadelphia, PA.
Well, if it isn't fictitious, it might give us... 21st and Fairmount?
Yes.
In Philadelphia?
That's right.
Oh, great.
What?
That's something to work on, all right. Pat, this case may be tougher than you think. Could even be dangerous.
Oh?
That is, if that address ever really was his. The man.
Why, Johnny? What is it?
A not too exclusive little place known as Eastern Penitentiary. You could spend a lot of time and money sending a copy of this picture to every hotel in the country together with a warning to look out for this couple.
But do you know how many hotels?
But it probably wouldn't mean a thing.
Because of the way they change their appearance somewhat each time.
Mm-hmm. And because they're pros and they're smart. They'd get wind of the fact that they're being looked for and duck under cover, maybe even try some other caper until the heat died down. After all, if they're clever enough to stand a doctor's examination... Because I still don't get that part of it.
I don't either.
Anyhow, to really nail them down, it looks to me like they'll have to be caught in the act.
But how can you possibly know where they'll operate next with this fake injury racket?
Now, you said they've been all over the country.
Look for yourself. Boston, Philadelphia, Houston, Albuquerque, Chicago, Miami, Portland, Oregon, Portland, Maine, Portland, Indiana.
They seem to like that name.
Part of a pattern?
Who knows? Go ahead.
Seattle, Wichita, Kansas City, and Minneapolis, Minnesota. And I'll be darned if I can see any pattern.
They're pretty smart to move around so much.
It'd be a lot easier to figure the next move if they covered one area, even one state at a time. Yeah, there might be a chance of finding some plan in their movements, but there was only a relationship between these cities, or even some alphabetical order. Something to latch on to.
A pattern?
Yeah, some pattern aside from their method of operation. And, of course, that ridiculous address. A state penitentiary yet.
Maybe there is.
What?
It's only a wild hunch, but... Sometimes those are the ones that pay off.
What are you thinking of?
Can I borrow this picture of them?
Sure.
And a list of the towns they've hit so far.
Of course.
I take it there's no question about my being on expense account.
Of course you are.
All right.
Where are you going, Johnny? What are you going to do?
You think they'd like to see me in the state pen? Expense account item 2. 2410 for a cab to Bradley Field, a plane to the city of brotherly love, and then the cab to 21st Street and Fairmount Avenue, Eastern Penitentiary. One of the assistant wardens was all cooperation, and after studying his records for a few minutes, he came up with some highly valuable information.
Yes, Mr. Dollar, it's Harry Bain, all right. There's no question of it.
Harry Bain?
Finished out his term for burglary only a little over a year ago.
Burglary?
Yeah, and I must confess, I'm not at all surprised that he's operating again. Also, I'm not surprised that he's changed his type of operation.
Why do you say that, Warden?
He's a very clever criminal. If for no other reason than that he was able to escape conviction for so long. He had an arrest record a mile long, you know.
No, I didn't know.
Yes, all over the country. Chicago to Houston to Seattle to Miami, all over.
I see.
But they could never convict him. Because always, before he'd pull a job, he'd enlist the services of some local mouthpiece.
Go on.
Yeah, he'd have an alibi rigged before he made a move. It was only by actually catching him in the act, with the goods in his possession, that they were able to nail him down here in Pennsylvania.
In other words, what you're saying to me is that I'd better catch him and that female partner, catch him in the act.
Yes. But are you sure that he and his partner have pulled all these fake injury jobs?
You're thinking of a doctor's opinion each time that there really was some injury to the woman. A really sprained ankle or a busted knee or whatever.
Yeah, of course. After all, recovery from something like that some 13 times in only 4 months.
I know. It bugs me, too.
Unless you can definitely prove there's no actual injury after one of her falls, and regardless of a doctor's opinion, mind you. In other words, Mr. Dollar...
In other words, Warden, the first thing I have to do is find out where they're going to pull their little stunt next and be there when they do.
Yes.
All right, then. Maybe that's where you can help me.
How?
You have a list of all the cities where this Harry Bain operated before you got him?
Yeah, right here. Boston, Houston, Portland...
No, wait, just 1 minute now. Just let me check your list against this list of mine. All right, now, go ahead.
Okay. Boston, Houston, Portland, Oregon.
Check.
Portland, Maine.
Right.
Portland, Indiana.
Right.
Miami.
Wait a minute.
Huh?
Yeah, all right, go ahead.
New Orleans.
Oh?
Chicago, Seattle, Wichita, Minneapolis, Albuquerque, Little Rock, Duluth.
Yeah.
Kansas City, and here in Philadelphia.
Good. Then there is a pattern.
A what, Mr. Dollar?
You gave me the same 13 cities that I have on my list. All of them places where he already had a contact with a crooked lawyer from his burglary days.
Oh.
Also, you gave me 3 new ones. New Orleans, Little Rock, and Duluth. Towns that he hasn't hit yet with this new racket. But I'm betting that he will hit them.
New Orleans, Little Rock, and Duluth.
Right. And if I can be there when he tries it...
Oh, excuse me. Yes?
Is Mr. Johnny Dollar there, Warden?
Yes, he is. Just a minute. It's for you, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, thanks. Johnny Dollar.
Pat Fuller, Johnny. They've done it again.
Where?
Little Rock, Arkansas.
Good.
Good.
Sure is, Pat. I'm on my way.
What? Where to?
Well, take your choice. New Orleans or Duluth, Minnesota.
What?
Item 3. 2 1/4 for a cab to the Bellevue Stratford. And there I ran up item 4. $181.40 in phone calls to the manager of every sizable hotel in both Duluth and New Orleans. I'd got a list from one of the big hotel associations that was only too glad to help. Item 5, $61 even for all the books, magazines, and papers I could read and for plenty of room service. I didn't even go out for meals. After 3 days of it, I just about had my fill of doing nothing but reading, eating, and sleeping, but then... Johnny Dollar.
This is Monsieur Jacques Devereaux at the Hotel de Philippe in New Orleans, Monsieur Dollar.
Yes.
I promised to call you if anyone from up there in Pennsylvania happened to register here in our splendid hotel.
Yes.
We now have with us a couple by the name of Chatsworth. Monsieur and Madame Henry Chatsworth.
Oh, so it's Chatsworth now.
But they're such lovely people.
From here in Philadelphia.
Yes, but they're such lovely people.
And they gave 21st and Fairmont as their address here?
Yes, they did. But they're such lovely people, Monsieur Dollar.
Now, listen.
I just refuse to believe they're those horrid rascals that you telephoned
Now,
about.
you just hang on to them. I'll grab the first plane I can.
Hang on to them?
What?
But they're only staying overnight.
I know.
Monsieur Chatsworth has to go north on business tomorrow.
That's what he thinks. Item 6, $4 for a cab. Item 7, $81.45 plane fare. But the only flight I could get didn't leave until the wee small hours of the morning, so it wasn't until after breakfast that we finally pulled into New Orleans. Item 8, another $4 for a cab to the Hotel de Philippe. And there, the prissy little manager suddenly became a real problem.
And I tell you, Monsieur Dollar, that I simply refuse to believe that nice Monsieur and Madame Chatsworth are those horrible men. Why, they're lovely people.
Mr. Devereaux.
What's more, you're only a private investigator. You have no real
I know that only too well.
And for that reason alone, sir, I must refuse you admittance to their...
Will you please listen?
If you wish to call in the police, have them station their men about half
a bunch of police swarming all over this place? Harry Bain, who calls himself Chatsworth, would smell them a mile away. He and the Dame Whit would simply take a powder.
At least that would save my hotel from any embarrassing situation, which is all I care about.
Sure, and it would let them scot-free again.
And I simply refuse to believe that such lovely
You said that.
And I meant it too, sir. Now, if that's all, Monsieur Dollar.
Oh. All right, Mr. Devereaux. You almost make me wish they would knock you over.
I have told you.
You simply refuse to believe.
Yes. Now, must I order you off the premises?
You mind if I stop at your bar long enough for a drink? I think I need one.
Not at all. But I shall be watching you.
Oh, I'm sure you shall.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Chatsworth, Madame Chatsworth. You're up early this morning.
I ducked behind a pillar and listened.
Oh, yes, monsieur. We plan to have breakfast
I could
in your
catch only
lovely
snatches of their conversation.
Glad you can't
and I just prayed that Devereaux wouldn't tip them off.
Well, we'd like to stay, Mr. Devereaux, but we've got to leave for New York. Big business deal up there, and if me and the missus aren't there right on time to sign some papers, it could cost us a fortune. I mean, really big money.
Yes, so we're all packed, and we'll be leaving right after breakfast.
Oh, I'm so sorry. But of course I understand.
Sure, I knew you would. Well, come along, dear.
Yes, Henry. Oh, my, am I hungry.
Now, Monsieur Dollar. Monsieur Dollar.
While the manager looked for me in the bar, I ducked across to the other side of the lobby, grabbed a bellboy, and shoved a 5-spot into his hot little hand.
But for what, sir?
Mr. and Mrs. Chatsworth, the number of their suite.
Well, it's 214, but may I ask,
Good.
sir, why...
Now, where can you and I have a little talk, all alone? But even a 10-spot wouldn't persuade him to part with his uniform for the rest of the morning, so I'm afraid I had to use other tactics. So I made sure he was comfortable in the linen closet where I tied him up, gagged, and left him. Then, grabbing a handful of towels, I ran up the back stairs to the second floor where, thanks to the borrowed bellhop's uniform, and it was a pretty sad fit, a chambermaid let me into 214. The Chatsworth luggage was packed all right. They were all ready for takeoff. But I had to find some clue as to how they passed the medical examination after one of the so-called accidents. So I carefully went through the bags one at a time. Now, what did I find? You'd never believe it. It was nothing more or less than... I heard a key in the door, so I slipped into the bedroom and under a bed.
Oh, Henry, this is killing me. Killing me.
Yeah, I know it, honey. And, boy, you get that manager up here and the doctor, too. You hear me? Okay, now, where is it? We gotta act fast.
Oh, here in this suitcase, Henry.
Good. Now, pull down your stocking.
What?
What's the matter?
I thought I'd lock that suitcase.
Well, never mind that. Don't worry about it now. Here. You ready?
As ready as I ever am, I guess. I just wish it didn't hurt.
You ought to be used to it by now. Here we go. Didn't hurt a little, you wouldn't sound legit. Now, that ought to do it. Now, go in the bathroom, slap on some iodine to hide the marks they made, then lie down on the bed.
Yeah, okay, Henry.
Hey, see how good it's taken already? You look like the worst sprained ankle that manager ever saw.
Clever. It was sheer genius. And when the manager brought a doctor and they put on a mask, should have won an Oscar. Just one look by that doctor and he was completely sober. But when he suggested to Bain, alias Chatsworth, that she'd stay around for hospital care.
Why, you old fool, didn't you hear what I said? If she isn't in New York with me by tonight on that business deal, it could cost us $1 million. So if you make her stay here, I'll sue you, too. The way I'm going to sue this hotel for that slippery floor down there in the lobby.
Please, Mr. Chatsworth, not so loud.
You know what's good for you, Sawbones? You'll give her something to ease the pain so we can catch our plane. Then you'll get out of here.
Please, Doctor, you better.
And as for you, Mr. Devereux...
Yes, sir.
Well, I've heard plenty about cases like this, about you hotel guys being so careless with slippery floors. And I'm going to sue you for $50,000.
Please, Mr. Chatsworth.
Okay, you've been nice to us, so I'll make it 10 or 15,000.
Oh, no.
You know a lawyer by the name of Frankie Tabello?
That crook.
What if he is? All I care is he gets me 10 grand for this.
Mr. Chatsworth.
Yeah?
Perhaps the injury isn't as bad as it looks. And if we pay the doctor's bill and, say, $200 or $300...
What? You out of your mind?
But I don't want a lawsuit or the publicity. And I'm only trying to 1,000, perhaps, in cash, immediately.
Now, listen. I've got you over a barrel and you know it. So you're going to pay for this, and plenty. Now make me a decent offer.
And the price they settled on? $2,000. Cash, immediately. But as Devereaux, the poor excited sucker, was about to go downstairs and get it, I crawled out from my uncomfortable spot under the bed. And you know something? Henry Bain and the woman gave up without a struggle when they found out who I was and what I was doing there. And the manager, when I pulled the little glass jar out of their suitcase and showed him how they made their phony accident look so real. Real enough to fool a doctor. Oh, believe it or not, the shock was so much for him he almost fainted. So, that was that. And the expense account total comes to $471. Wait a minute, I forgot to tell you about the trick. Their little trick for making that ankle swell up and look like the worst sprain on record. You see, that jar, the one that Bain had opened and then clapped against her ankle, contained exactly 3 nasty little yellow jackets. Bees. Yes. Clever. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, one of the nicest killers I've ever met. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were John Thomas as Pat Fuller, Ivor Francis as the hotel manager, Robert Dryden as Harry Bain, alias Chatsworth, Gertrude Warner as Mrs. Chatsworth, and Bob Donnelly as the assistant warden. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Art Hanna speaking.
Johnny Dollar.
Mr. Dollar, this is Henry Foreman down here in Fort Jarvis, New York.
Fort Jarvis?
That's right.
Lucky man.
I beg your pardon?
Well, the Delaware River on one side and the Neversink on the other, and that Neversink just happens to be one of my favorite trout streams.
Oh, I see.
Many's the time I've wet a line in that piece of water. Foreman, did you say?
Yes, I'm the local representative for Inter-Allied Life Insurance Company.
What can I do for you, Mr. Foreman?
Not for me, Mr. Dollar, but for one of my clients. I should say the husband of one of our clients, one of our rather important clients.
Yes?
His name is Teckler, Rudolph Teckler, and he lives a few miles north here, the other side of Monticello.
I see.
Lovely place. 200 or 300 acres of beautiful woodland, a private lake, and so on.
Sounds very nice.
Usually, though, at this time of year, they're back in New York at their big apartment, one of those luxurious duplex affairs on East River.
Also sounds like they're really loaded.
Loaded? Oh, yes. Oh, you mean... yes, Mr. Dollar, they're quite wealthy.
Well, now, what's his problem?
I haven't the least idea.
Hmm?
All I know is that he called me a few minutes ago, and he asked, well, as a matter of fact, he insisted that you come and see him. If, that is, you have some free time, and by that he meant anything from a few days to a few weeks.
Funny. Must have something to do with his insurance.
I don't know, sir.
Well, look, Mr. Foreman.
He did make it very plain that it's most important to you, that is, to you personally.
To me.
Yes, he implied that if there were any question about your expenses, so on, why, he'd be more than glad to pay your expense account himself.
Ah.
Yes. Oh, in other words, Mr. Dollar.
In other words, maybe I can be a little free with the old expense account for a change.
Well, now, that isn't quite what I was thinking.
Well, let's pretend it was, though.
Well, now, look
Now,
here.
just relax, Mr. Foreman. I'll grab a plane or a train or something and be down there to see you.
Now, Mr.
I'll
Dollar.
see you.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Inter-Allied Life Insurance Company office in Port Jarvis, New York. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Monticello mystery matter. Expense account item 1, $9.10 plane fare to New York. Item 2, $50 deposit on a rental car. I picked up Route 46, then 23, and some 70-odd miles later, pulled into Port Jarvis at the point where Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York all come together. It's a nice little city there on the Delaware. Quite a railroad center, and even better known for its glass companies. Henry Foreman's office was on Main Street, and after the usual howdy-do's, I again asked the question.
Believe me, Mr. Dollar, I don't know anything more about it than I told you on the phone. But in view of this company's policy of service to its clients, service of any kind, well, I felt we must accede to his request that you be brought down here.
I see.
And after all, when you consider the size of Mrs. Techler's life policy alone, the annual premiums we collect on it, and remember this too, sir. She was a client of the company's long before she married Techler. She's the widow of the late Horace Rathbun Mellinger. Well, you know.
The big steel and oil fortune.
Yeah.
Well, it's no wonder then the Techlers are loaded.
Precisely.
Well, just give me their address and I'll see what I can do about inaugurating a Share the Wealth program. I drove north on 42 for some 25 miles to Monticello. Especially at this time of the year, this foot of the Catskills country is mighty beautiful. Then west for a few miles to the little town of Bethel, then north on a narrow, twisting little road to a spot somewhere between Canosa Lake and Swan Lake. There was a tall steel wire fence about the place, but the heavy gate was unlocked, so I went on through. And there it was. About as isolated and beautiful a place as I've ever seen. It might as well have been 100 miles away from the dozens of resorts and vacation spots that dot that area. The main building, the lodge, I guess you'd call it, was a kind of a large, two-story log cabin affair with a high peaked roof that would shed the winter snow. It was surrounded on three sides by tremendous trees, and they framed the lodge perfectly. It was a picture spot of the sort you see in a movie. And on the fourth side, out in front of the lodge and not more than 100 yards away, one look at that blue, placid lake. And there must have been at least 20 acres of it. Made me wish that I'd brought along every bit of fishing tackle I'd ever owned. As I stood there by the side of my car, taking it all in, a pair of lunker smallmouth bass jumped clear of the water, scattering it like the proverbial pearls in the sunshine.
So you like it, huh?
Like it? Oh, brother, what a fisherman's heaven this is.
Yes, it really is. And you must be Johnny Dollar, and I'm Rudy Techler. And how are you?
Spellbound, if you want the truth. I didn't think a place like this ever really existed. Look at that. Did you see him?
I saw him.
Son of a gun, Mr. Techler. That bass just broke water out there. Must be over 3 pounds. You're a fisherman, too?
Mm-hmm. I certainly am.
What are we doing just standing here?
I thought you might just possibly feel that way about it.
Why, sure. Why aren't we out there and... Oh, it is slightly out of season, isn't it?
Well, what's the difference? Private lake on private property. If the game warden comes around, I just shoo him away.
I also forgot that I'm supposed to be up here on business.
Oh? Are you?
Well, aren't I?
Not so far as I know.
You're kidding.
Not a bit.
Well, you sent for me, didn't you?
Yes, that's right. My wife and I sent for you, but not on business.
I don't get it. Not on business?
Not a bit of it.
Well, why then?
Johnny, suppose you go on into the house. Here, I'll help you with your bag.
Well, now, wait, Mr. Teckler.
Oh, now, come. Mr. Teckler, a fine fishing pal you're going to make. To you, it's Rudy, okay?
Okay, Rudy, fine. Now, what was that crack about a fishing pal?
Now, come along into the house, meet Nancy, my wife. Come on.
All right. But if you're implying that you sent for me just to fish this beautiful lake of yours...
Well, why not?
Well, I'm afraid it's a little hard to believe.
I don't see why.
Well, let's just say I've been around, Mr. Rudy.
Well, then maybe if Nancy tells you the same thing.
Well, much as I'd like to, I still won't believe it.
Come along and we'll see.
Maybe because of long years in this job of mine, I'm overly suspicious. But it all seemed just a little too good to be true. Now, I ask you, what would you think if a couple of complete strangers casually handed you the sort of chance and situation you've only dared dream about all your life? Yes, and when I met Mrs. Teckler there in the lodge, that silly little bell in the back of my head that saved my job and even my life on occasion, that warning, if you like, suddenly began to ring out loud and clear. Mrs. Rudolph Teckler, beneficiary of the vast Horace Rathbone Mellinger fortune, was short, sweet, pert, and pretty. About 5 feet 2 or 3 with a trim, almost wiry figure. She had a pale, flawless complexion, sparkling dark blue eyes that contrasted with her light-colored hair, and she gave the impression of being very active, very alert, in spite of the fact that she must have been almost 60 years of age.
Then you do like our little country place, Mr. Dollar.
Like it? I love it, Mrs. Teckler.
Oh, I knew you would. We do, too, don't we, darling?
Well, you know the answer to that as well as I do, Nan.
And, Johnny, you must call me Nancy, even if only to flatter me and make me feel young again.
Well, you are young, Nancy.
Well, thank you. In spite of the fact I had to ask for it.
Not at all.
You see, Johnny, this was Horace's. He was my first husband. Horace's hunting lodge. We used to come up here during the deer season, and we'd have all sorts of people around shooting off guns and playing poker all night and eating their heads off and making a general nuisance of themselves. But Horace liked it, so I put up with it, in spite of all the work it meant for me.
It certainly did, and it still does. And I think we ought to bring a couple of the servants up here.
Oh, now, darling.
Well, you work much too hard all the time we're here.
Yes, but I like getting away from the servants for a change. And all their problems.
Well, I know, Nan.
And it's no hardship for me. Does me good, keeps me healthy.
Well, just the same, Nancy, next year when we come up here...
Next year? Well, we'll see. But if I'm feeling as well as I do now... Well, anyway, Johnny...
Yes?
After Horace died, well, Rudy's never liked hunting, have you, dear?
Well, Johnny, I'm no sissy, but I just don't like killing, that's all. I mean, poor, dumb animals. Fishing, though? That's something else again.
I'm with you.
So, after Rudy and I got married, that was in 58, well, that's when he put in the lake. Stocked it with nice big bass and some pickerel and sunfish and bluegills and things.
Oh, you have me fairly drooling, you know that.
Well, I'm glad, because that's the reason I thought of having you up here. And when I suggested it to Rudy...
now, honey.
Well, at first he thought I was silly. But then when he had a chance to think it over, he was just as enthusiastic about having you here as I was.
Just to go fishing?
Well, Johnny, I'll make a true confession. I'm an old fan of yours.
Oh?
I never miss those weekly radio reports you make on the cases you solve.
Well, maybe I'm lucky you don't know about the ones I don't solve.
I think the work you do is wonderful. And I've wanted to meet you for years.
Well, I thank you, ma'am.
Well, but never having any insurance problems, well, I just couldn't think of a logical excuse. And I knew you'd only be bored to death at any of the constant round of big, dull parties we have to give all winter long down in New York.
And believe me, Johnny, they are dull. But they're expected in this circle that we're obliged to travel in.
You know, Johnny, old friends of Horace's, so what can we do? Anyway, One Sunday night, listening to one of your radio reports, well, I suddenly realized you constantly talk about fishing. So here you are, and please stay as long as you like.
Nancy, I love you dearly.
Good. And by way of celebration, darling, why don't you pour us all a drink, huh?
Good idea.
And then while I'm fixing dinner, there'll still be about an hour of daylight. Why don't you two go out on the lake?
A very good idea.
And Johnny Dollar, if you don't bring back at least a couple of 5-pounders...
I promise, Nancy. Honest Injun. Short, sweet, pert, and pretty, I said. I should have added one more adjective. Smart. And that's why, in spite of her excuse for having me around, I wondered what her real reason was. But they didn't give me much time for wondering or anything else. Within half an hour, Rudy and I were out on the lake. That beautiful hunk of water so loaded with fighting bass that who could miss coming in with a limit? But we did. For no sooner had we got started across toward the far side, where there was plenty of the reeds and lily pads the big ones like to hide under.
Johnny, it looks to me...
Yeah, I see the place, Rudy, and if there aren't some lunkers over there, I'll eat my shirt.
No, what I was thinking
I still think we could have caught a sackful right off the dock.
But not the big ones. No, what I was thinking of is that mass of black clouds moving in on us there.
You're right. Look, there's a little shop building up in the water, too.
Yes, I'm afraid we're in for a sudden blow and a lot of rain. You know what that does to the fishing?
Oh, darn it, especially in a shallow lake like this one.
But I tell you, it's not as shallow as it looks.
No?
See, this was a kind of canyon up here in these mountains before we dammed it up, and some of the spots are nearly 20 feet deep.
Maybe we'd better figure... Uh-oh.
Yeah, here it comes.
Boy, don't you mean here it is? Wow.
Regular cloudburst. Certainly can't fish in this, can't even see where we are.
I'm afraid you're right, Rudy.
Well, don't you worry. We'll have plenty of time in the days ahead for all the fishing you can take.
Well, that may be a bigger order than you think.
Of course, if this blows over, we can come out tonight again. Sometimes the night fishing is great.
I'll try anything.
But as long as it keeps up like this... Oh, well, I'm sorry. So we'll go on back to the dock. If I can find it, then back to the house, build a big fire. We can sit in front of it and drown our sorrows, huh?
You mean if we don't get ourselves drowned first?
Right.
After cocktails, and plenty of them, during the delicious dinner Nancy had cooked for us, although we talked about nothing but fishing, I began to wonder again. Because I suddenly became aware of something between these two that hadn't shown before, but I couldn't quite put my finger on. A sort of tension that they both very obviously tried to hide. This very young man and the older, wealthy woman he'd married. Later, in the living room, as we sat in front of a roaring fire and Rudy became a bit too generous with the highballs, especially his own, I wondered some more, because several times when he glanced over at her while she was talking to me, there was a very strange look in his eyes. Fear? Could it have been fear? But of what? I decided I'd better get him alone and talk to him, but by the time Nancy went up to her room to bed, the drinks had had their effect on him, and he didn't make very much sense.
Just one more little one, huh, Johnny? I mean, for a sort of nightcap.
No,
huh?
thanks, Rudy. I've had enough. You always drink this much?
Oh, well, remember what I said this afternoon? Drown your sorrows. I said, drown your sorrows. Yeah, Johnny, it's a very good idea. Okay, bottoms up. Oh.
Rudy, are you worried about something?
Why, me? With lots of money, I never have to do liquor work. Nice little wife, couple of nice places to live. Not me, Johnny. Not a thing in the world. Not as long as I can drown my sorrows. Hey, let's have just one more.
Now, look, if the weather stays clear the way it is right now and we're going to do any fishing tomorrow morning, maybe we better hit the sack, huh?
Yeah, sure, okay. You find your way up to your room all right?
I think I can. The point is, can you?
Me? Oh, sure. Right next to Nancy's room. You're on the other side. Oh. Well, shall we?
I think we'd better. I helped him up to his room, put him to bed, and he promptly went out like a light. What he'd said about the clean, cool mountain air was certainly true. I slept like a log, almost as though I'd been drugged, and not because of the after-dinner drinks. I'd watched that pretty carefully. Then, shortly after sunup, came the rude awakening. Yes.
Johnny. Johnny!
Yes. What's the matter, Rudy? What is it?
It's Nancy. Something's happened to her. Come on, quickly. Quickly!
All right, what is it, Rudy? What's happened?
She's gone. Nancy's gone. Something's happened to her. Look at this. Her bed's been slept in, but she isn't here.
All right, now just take it easy. Maybe she just got up early to fix breakfast for us before we go out on the lake.
No, Johnny. She isn't anywhere. I mean, not anywhere in the house. I've looked all over.
Out for an early walk, maybe.
What, without getting dressed?
How do you know that?
Look, the only things that are missing are the nightgown she wore and her robe and a pair of slippers.
Now, wait a minute. You mean you've checked every other article of clothing she owns?
Well, no, of course not. But those things are missing.
Did you look around the ground?
Oh, yes, all over. Except in the woods, of course.
Which just happens to cover most of this place of yours.
Johnny, the point is she's gone without letting me know. I say something's happened to her.
How many cars do you keep here?
Well, just the one, but it's still in the garage. Besides, Nancy doesn't drive.
Did you look for any footprints when you were outside?
Yes.
In the mud from that rain we had?
Yes, Johnny, there were none.
How about tracks down at the gate?
The road is paved down to the gate, even out to the highway.
Is there any way off the property except through that gate?
No, there's no other way out. What could have happened to her?
Just calm down, Rudy. Let me get some clothes on and we'll look around.
I hope she's all right.
Any reason why she shouldn't be?
Well, no, of course not, and yet...
Yes? Well?
Oh, there was something. Last night, Johnny, there in front of the fireplace.
Yeah?
Well, didn't you get the feeling, too, that she was worried about something?
Now that you mention it, yes. But what?
I wish I knew. Then maybe I'd know what's happened to her.
All right, you go downstairs and make some coffee while I get into my clothes. Then we'll have a look around. I still didn't understand all his alarm until we had to look around that place. And I mean all of it. There was no sign of her anywhere, no clue as to why or where she'd gone. And to leave by that front gate and only a nightgown and a robe, Rudy must have been wrong about that.
But even if she did change, why aren't those things still here? And why did she leave? And without letting me know, Johnny, it isn't like her.
Rudy, any problems between you two?
Oh, good heavens, no. Nothing serious.
In spite of all her money? And let's face it, your comparative youth...
Oh, now wait a minute. Now, I resent that, Johnny. I mean, whatever implication you're trying to make.
What about your drinking?
What, do you say that just because I happened to have a few too many last night? Oh, no. Now, that's ridiculous. And she would have told me if she'd really objected to it.
Speaking of which, I think I could use one.
Yes, so can I.
All right, I'll get her something.
No, I'll get them. The stuff is still on the bar from last night.
I'll get them, Rudy. You just sit tight and keep an eye out this front window in case.
Well, but all right. Bourbon, you know?
Yes, I know. It had really hit me. Two things. Several things. Like the complete lack of a hangover, though I'd had to help him up to bed only a few hours before. Nancy and I had been drinking scotch. He'd taken all of his from a bottle of bourbon, so I checked that bottle. Bourbon? Nothing but weak tea. So he'd been putting on an act last night. Why? And why the insistence on keeping my glass filled? More things. That crack about drowning his sorrow, for instance. Was Nancy his sorrow? Because she got wise to the fact that he'd married her only for money? And was she the one who was really afraid? Is that why she'd sent for me? Of course, he hadn't wanted me around at first until he realized what a wonderful cover-up I'd be for him. But then where was the body? There was one place, a very obvious place, maybe so obvious I wasn't expected to think of it. It's the obvious we most often overlook. Or was all this just wild speculation on my part? I had to find out.
You say a hunch, Johnny?
Yes, Rudy, and by some miracle, they usually pay off for me.
Well, what kind of a hunch?
There's one place on this property we didn't think of.
Where?
You just sit tight and finish your drink while I have a look.
Well, all right, Johnny.
You wait here. I'll be back in a few minutes. The little dam there at one end of the lake was a simple affair. 2 concrete abutments with a wall of 12-inch planks between them, one on top of the other. To raise the water level, you added a plank, and to lower it, of course. It was a bit of a struggle to pry away the top one, but I managed it. And the water started pouring out into a sort of canyon below, and then, as I fully expected...
Johnny, what are you doing? Are you out of your mind?
Yes, I know, Rudy. I hate to spoil
the whole lake will go down.
You want to give me a hand and help me pull another one of these planks?
What?
Until we get the water low enough to see where you left her body after you killed her last night? Well, Rudy?
Johnny, Look, it won't be necessary. You see, I'll show you the spot. But listen to me.
I'm listening.
Not only the insurance, but all of her estate, it'll mine. And without her to dole it out to me like she would to a child. And there's plenty. You see? There's plenty for both of us.
Rudy.
We'll both be rich, Johnny. You understand? You see what I mean? It'll be so easy.
Rudy, I hate to sound corny.
Yes?
But why don't you try telling that to a judge? Any comments? Why bother? I hate this kind of case. But it does happen. Expense account total, including mileage on the rental car and the trip back to Hartford, $71.70. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, the Everglades of Florida. And believe me, there are spots in there that can be pretty dangerous. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar.
Dollar, my name is Parnell. Hank Parnell. I live out here in Muddy Gap, Wyoming.
Mr. Parnell.
Yeah, just call me Hank.
All right, Hank. And what did you say the name of your city is?
City? Why, it's only a little town, Dollar. Muddy Gap, Wyoming.
Muddy what?
Well, just what it sounds like. Muddy Gap. Muddy Gap.
I see.
Yeah, due west of Casper, south of Powder River. It's not too far from where the Poison Spider Creek begins. You look it up on a map, and, well, here we are.
All right, I'll look it up. But what seems to be your problem, Hank?
Oh, Dollar, I'm the owner and editor and reporter and, well, just about everything else in Muddy Gap Weekly Tribune.
Yes?
I'm also the only agent for at least 50 miles around here for the Great Southwest Insurance Company.
Oh, I see.
Yes, sir. Now, I wonder if you could hightail yourself out here in one big fat hurry.
Well, that...
And that means on that little old expense account of yours. Can you do it?
Well, that depends. You are talking about insurance business now, aren't you?
Well, not yet, Dollar, but, well, put it this way.
Yeah?
Unless you can give us a hand, Great Southwest is plumb liable not to have any office or agent or anything else out here anymore.
Afraid I don't understand.
Well, then let's put it this way.
Yes?
What I want you out here for is to keep the town of Muddy Gap from getting itself blowed right clean off the map. Well, sir?
Well, sir, I'll be out to see you.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Greater Southwest Insurance Company branch office in the town with the unlikely name of Muddy Gap, Wyoming. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Mad Bomber matter. Expense account item 1. $192.80 transportation by plane, train, and car to Muddy Gap. That includes a stop and bite of late supper at Casper, Wyoming, where I picked up a rental car. Muddy Gap is in the middle of thousands of acres of rangeland for beef cattle in what used to be Indian country, where the Sioux and Cheyenne carried out many a bloody raid against wagon trains plodding along the old Oregon Trail. There's oil in this country, too. Muddy Gap consisted of a railroad siding, one main shopping street, and a surprisingly neat residential section, all of it pretty much surrounded by a tank farm. How many millions of gallons of crude oil were stored in those huge steel tanks, I'll never know. But it must have taken a mighty big pipeline to handle it. It was obvious that oil storage was the town's principal business. The combination insurance and newspaper office sat alone at the end of the street, and despite the late hour, Hank Parnell was there waiting for me. He was a long, lanky, not too bright character, dressed in jeans, an open shirt, cowboy boots, and the inevitable white Stetson. Instead of a horse tied up out front, he had a battered old touring car, minus the top and covered with oily dust, to get out and around and dig up news items for his paper, he said.
Oh, and I guess I forgot to tell you, Dollar, I'm also mayor of this town, a sort of city clerk.
And dog catcher as well, Hank?
Well, now, you know something? If we had enough head of dogs around here to worry about, I'd probably be that, too. Oh, and I'm also sort of acting police chief while Rafe Tucker's down to see his relations down in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So, you see, I got plenty of reason to be worried about this nice little town of ours.
Worried about what exactly?
You notice all them big oil tanks all around out there?
Oh, you sure got a lot of them.
Yes, sir. You imagine what'd happen if even one of them, was to maybe explode? Dollar, there'd be just one long, continuous boom, and Muddy Gap wouldn't be no more. And maybe nearly 300 nice, fine people either be dead or, at the very least, homeless.
Well, do you think something like that might happen, Hank?
Unless you can somehow stop it, Dollar. Or rather, I mean stop him.
Who?
Billy Benbow's his name. Born and brought up right here in Muddy Gap.
Yeah?
A real bad boy. Always in trouble. Been a little older, he'd spend most of his time in the jail.
Mm-hmm.
So when the last war came along, my father, he run this paper then. He got an idea for ridding us of Billy. Yeah, so we wrote a couple of editorials or two to sort of pass on that idea. First thing you know, the draft board kind of caught on. The first thing he knew, Billy Boy was in the Army.
Well, I'd say that's a pretty smart idea, Hank.
Yes, sir. Except that when Billy realized how he'd been kind of, railroaded into the service, he swore loud and long as to how he'd come back here someday and get even with this town.
Well, I don't see why. What's wrong with the Army?
Oh, not a thing. Just the way he got put there that rankled him.
I see.
Anyhow, all the time he was on the other side, they had him working on explosives. He got to be a real expert. Every time he'd set off a charge, to blow up a railroad or a bridge or whatever, he'd say, now, that's for so-and-so. Bahoom. And this one's for so-and-so. Bahoom. And every time he'd name somebody here in this town, starting, of course, with the draft board.
Became a real obsession with him.
Oh, it was more than that. It was like a mania. Yeah, Billy Benhow simply wouldn't forget.
Now, surely, Hank, after all this time...
Now, wait a minute, Dollar.
All right, go ahead.
Where it was all the damage and destruction he was doing, or whatever it was, I'm not sure. But, Dollar, there at the end of the war, well, maybe it was shell shock or battle fatigue or whatever they want to call it, Billy went completely off base.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah. The first thing he did when he set foot back in this country, back there on the East Coast, was to start blowing things up. So, of course, he ended up in one of them state hospitals back there and never recovered. No, never got over it.
Well, if he's in the hospital, Hank...
Well, he was. But then a while back, he escaped. You see what I mean?
You think he'll be coming here to carry out his old threat?
Well, Dollar, a couple of days ago, I got a phone call right here in this office.
Yes?
All the voice said to me was, I haven't forgotten. And he hung up.
The voice of Billy Benbow?
Well, who else? Who else could it have been?
I wonder.
Well, I don't. It was Billy, all right. It had to be. And what he meant was, in his twisted way, Billy meant he's coming back here to get even.
Well, now, Hank...
Well, who knows? Maybe Billy's right here in town right now, hiding out somewheres, just waiting for a chance to blow us all to kingdom come. And don't you forget for 1 minute, Dollar, he was an expert with them explosives.
But, Hank, if it was this Benbow, why would he make a point of warning you?
Well, Dollar, man with a mind like that, I don't...
Well, you may be right. Tell me, have you mentioned this in your paper? Have you notified the townspeople?
What, and got them all up into a panic? No, sir. But somehow, Dollar, we gotta stop him.
All right. Now, listen,
yeah?
I take it you haven't much of a police force here?
Well, we never needed much of a force in a peaceful little town like this.
Well, how about the county or state police or whoever's available?
Oh, sure.
What?
Oh, they'd be glad to help, eh? Come right over here and help us all they can. When and if Billy tries something.
Well, by then it might be too late.
Yes, sir. Because every day now, once a day, along about this time, this phone of mine is rung. And when I answered, there wasn't nobody there. So it's Billy, wherever he is, just adding up to that warning he gave me.
Possibly.
So, well, you got any ideas, Dollar?
Well, to be perfectly honest about it, Hank, before I believe that after all these years Billy would actually come back here, I think I'd like a little more convincing evidence.
Evidence? Well, what's he got to do to convince you? You mean to say you won't believe it until he... Oh, no. There it is again.
Well, maybe it's one of your subscribers.
You pick up that extension. Same time as I pick up this.
All right, if you like. Okay?
Yeah, now. Hello? Hello?
I think I'd better prove that I haven't forgotten.
Billy? Is that you, Billy?
That's right. Billy Benbow.
Now listen, Billy. Hello? Hello?
He's hung up, I'm afraid.
Now, you see now, Dollar? I told you he wasn't fooling. I told you that... Listen. What was that?
I don't know. It sounded like it came from somewhere just outside of this building. Was crawling out from under Hank's desk. Hank himself had tried to make a dash for the press room, but was forced back by the blast and ended up beside me. As for the press room, it was a shambles.
Oh, my. Why here, Dollar? Why in here? Why'd he pick to blow up my press this way?
Hank, didn't you say it was your father's idea? That way of getting him out of town?
Yeah, you're right. And he spread the word by putting the stuff in the paper.
All right, then maybe this is all he wants to do, put your paper out of business.
Yeah, maybe so, Dollar. I hope so. But he's still got to be caught and locked up again.
Yes, but where do we start looking for him?
Well, he was here to set off this here bomb, wasn't he?
Only seconds after you talked to him on the phone?
Oh, yeah, you're right. If he was somewheres on the telephone, there's no other buildings nearby. How could he be around here, too?
Wait a minute. Look. Looks like this is the answer right here.
Why, that's a clockwork.
That's right. A little timing device. That means, Hank, that he could have been 100 miles away.
What is it, Hank? What's happened around here? Sound like a big explosion.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, looks like one, too.
Yep, it was all right, Pete.
What happened? Hey, smells to me like dynamite in here.
Dynamite? What's the matter with your smeller, boy?
What?
It was just that big can of benzene I had for cleaning up the type I use on the paper.
It was, huh?
Yeah, that's what it was. I had the dang thing up a little too close to the heater, and it blew up, that's all.
Boy, sure funny it didn't start a fire then, Hank.
What do you mean, funny? We were lucky, that's all.
Well, I guess you were. I'll tell you this, though, Hank.
I just don't bother right now. It was only the can of benzene.
No, I mean about you saying there wouldn't ever be any excitement around here when I took on this job.
Oh, yeah. It looks like I was wrong.
What is your job, Pete?
Oh, I'm sorry. I should introduce you to. This is Pete
Branson, huh?
Oh, yeah. Him and Tony Batten are the rest of the police force here in Muddy Gap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, glad to meet you. What'd you say your name is?
Johnny Dollar. But now listen, you hear the hoax out there?
Yeah, Tony's out there, too.
Well, you and him just keep that mob out of here, will you? Tell them everything's okay. It was just that can of benzene, like I said.
Sure, Hank.
Now, go on now. You and Tony keep that mob out of here.
Okay. It's okay, folks. Just had a little accident back there in the print shop. Everything's under control. But just to make sure, Hank don't want anybody hanging around.
Pete
now,
Branson?
come on, Tony. Let's get him all away from here. Come on.
What happened to him, Hank?
What, you mean his face? The way it's all cut up that way?
Yeah.
Well, it tells me he once got drugged behind a horse. You know, foot caught in the stirrup.
Oh, I see.
So the one thing he won't ever do anymore is get himself on top of a horse. Me, I don't blame him.
Hank, that excuse that you gave for the explosion.
Oh, you think I should have told him the truth and let him spread the word and get the whole town into a panic?
Well, if we were sure there won't be any more of them, that Billy's satisfied his yen for revenge by putting your paper out of business, okay, but if your fellow townspeople are still in danger... And didn't you mention the draft board? Who are they?
Oh, they're all long gone, Dollar, except for old Grandpa Whedon. Oh, Lord.
Well?
Oh, Lord, that old house of his, it's right over near the terminal end of one of them pipelines off the tank farm, and if that place were to get blowed up, and if one of the tanks were to go, why, there'd be nothing left of this town.
Then if Billy is still around...
Well, how can we know?
Wait a minute, telephone.
What?
It's the old-fashioned kind. It's no dial, which means you have to call an operator.
Well, sure,
Which also means that the operator has to call you. Come on, Hank.
What are you going to do?
We're going to find out where that... Here now. Hello?
Hank Parnell, whatever happened down there at your newspaper office?
Listen, operator.
Whatever you had blow up over there fairly shook me out of my chair. I haven't had such an explosion here in Muddy Gap since Allie Briscoe's still blew up and everybody thought the whole tank farm was gone.
Look, miss.
Look, Hank, you better tell me what happened so I can... Well, I mean, you know, in case somebody calls in and wants to know.
Operator,
Well,
will you listen to me a moment?
what? Well, who are you?
I'm speaking for Hank Parnell.
Well, anything happened to him? Is he all right?
No, he's all right. Now, listen.
Yes?
Just before the accident, you rang this phone.
Well, that's right. I had a call for him.
Do you know who was calling?
No, he kept his voice low. Well, what'd you say your name is?
Well, I didn't, and it doesn't matter. But what I want to know is, where did...
You know something?
You
You sound exactly like that Johnny Dollar on the radio.
Operator, listen, please.
If you are and you're in town...
Miss...
Well, the folks around here would sure like to know that, they would.
Now, listen, do you know where that call for Hank Parnell came from?
Well, of course I do.
Where?
Well, the one outside phone booth we have over outside the drugstore.
Okay, thanks. You heard?
Yeah, Dollar. Then he is in town.
I'm afraid so. Hank, you better take it.
Okay.
I'll listen in.
Hello?
You got the sample, Parnell. The big one's coming later.
Billy.
That's right.
Later when? What do you mean by later?
Maybe tonight.
Billy, listen. Hello? Dollar, we gotta get the people out of this town.
300 of them before he can strike again?
I don't know, but we gotta try.
It's too late, and you know it.
Well, then what can we do? Dollar?
It's a long chance, Hank. I know it is.
What?
But I'm betting that he's been around this town a long time, maybe for weeks. Now, doesn't that mean anything to you?
Well, I don't get it.
All right, listen. Now, this crazy hunch of mine may be all wrong, but if you'll let me handle this my own way... Will you, Hank? In spite of the fact that it may mean jeopardizing all the people in town.
Anything you say, Dollar, as long as we do something.
All right. Those two boys on the force. Do you know where to reach them right now?
Who, Tony and Pete?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Call them up and have them come over here. Then if you and they will follow my orders to the letter and without question... Well?
We'll do anything.
Okay. Get them over here. It meant staking a lot on my limited knowledge of the criminal mind, possibly risking a lot of innocent lives. But I felt sure now that my hunch was right. Fortunately for my plan, Tony Batten got there first. When I told Hank and Tony what their job was, for a moment they couldn't believe I was serious. But they agreed to say nothing to anyone, not even to Pete. Tony went outside, then waited in Hank's old car. When Peter Branson arrived, Hank put him under my orders, and he and Tony took off.
Well, I guess I was right, huh, Mr. Dollar? That was some kind of set explosion in here, wasn't it?
That's right, Pete. It was set all right by an expert.
And you got some idea who might have done it?
Either you and I are going to find out or this town's in danger of being blown to bits.
Are you kidding?
Not a bit of it. I see you carry a gun.
Yes, sir, right here in handy. And if what you say is true, maybe you ought to have one, too.
Well, you better let me have yours then, Pete.
Well, now, wait a minute, Mr. Dollar.
It's your idea.
Well, yeah, I know, but...
Well, let me have it. Orders, Pete. You're under my orders, remember?
Yes, sir. All right. Yes, sir, here you are.
Good. Now, shall we go?
Where are we headed?
Out to see an old man. Old Grandpa Whedon.
Oh, now, you don't think he had anything to do with this explosion, do you?
Pete, I think this mad bomber plans to hit him next.
Did you say mad?
That's right.
Oh, I see.
We're going to go over Grandpa's place with a fine-tooth comb because a bomb may be planted, may be ticking away out there right now.
And if we don't find anything out there?
Well, we'll see.
But why do you think this man would pick on him?
Is it a man?
Well, I certainly guess so. But why on Grandpa?
Well, because once he was a member of a draft board.
Well, now, that don't make sense, does it?
Maybe not, but does anything make sense where a madman is concerned?
You're calling him mad again.
You don't like that word, huh?
Well, it makes no difference to me, but if there was a madman out on the loose out there...
Pete, he might look every bit as harmless as you do, or as I do.
Yeah, I see. Okay, then. Let's go on out there and have a look, but I'm betting we don't find anything.
You don't think so, huh?
Well, I bet on it.
Well, then maybe we won't. It seems to me Hank had a little trouble remembering your last name, Pete. How long is it that you've been on the force?
Huh? Oh, a few weeks, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Ever since you first came to town, huh?
Why, yeah, practically.
And before that?
Oh, working around the ranches.
Oh, I thought you didn't ride.
Well, no, not anymore.
Oh, what do you do then?
Oh, odd jobs. Well, why you ask that?
Well, your hands. They look kind of soft to me,
Oh?
Another thing, come to think of it, seems to me you immediately recognized the smell of dynamite when you came in here. Didn't you?
Look, you want to go out there, let's go.
And, those scars on your face?
What you getting at?
They're from an explosion, aren't they?
I said, what you getting at?
I've seen too many of those kind of scars not to recognize them. And you knew that because of them, nobody around here would recognize you. Didn't you, Billy?
Okay, Dollar, that's enough. You see this?
You got another gun,
That's right. So instead of reaching for the one I gave you, just you reach up high. Now reach. I knew I'd have trouble when you come in town. 'Cause you ain't dumb like the rest of these jerks around here. But not anymore, Dollar, because I'm going to kill you.
You think so, Billy?
Yeah. And then I go back to my place and I get the rig. It's all ready except for the setting of the clock on.
Billy?
Shut up. You know where I plant it then? Yeah, out by old Grandpa Whedon. You hear me? Out there by the tank farm. And I set the clock, so I only got time to get away. Get away in that nice car of yours, Dollar.
Now, Billy, listen to me.
No. You're only trying to stall me. So first it's you, and then I go get that rig.
This rig, Billy? Huh? This bomb we found over in your room?
You found it.
You better drop that gun, Billy.
No! Come in! Oh, you pull that trigger, Tony, I still get off a shot.
He's right. Let me take care of this.
Wowee. That's a mighty good left you got there, Dollar.
I guess he was right, though, Hank, about you being pretty stupid.
Well, now, you just wait.
Didn't you think about what might have happened if Tony'd pulled off a shot right next to that bomb you have in your hand?
Oh, my gosh.
Mm-hmm. You should have. Remarks? Why bother on this one? As for the expense account, let's call it a total of $350. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a beautiful girl, a handful of coins, and a mysterious disappearance. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.